Hey, what's going on? Listen, get in here. Get in here. Things are becoming interesting. Oh, my hair's sticking up. Hair sticking up on my head. But look, things are getting interesting. So I need y'all to come in here. It's so good to see everybody. Welcome, 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 and welcome again. Welcome, welcome, and welcome again. Y'all get in here and get comfortable. Shoes off. Wine glasses in hand. Flask if you're a whiskey girl. Snifter if you're a brandy girl. You know, whatever your thing is, get comfortable. I need y'all to hit the like button. Put your like number in the chat. Yeah, we'll do the like lottery. As long as the likes are right, y'all know the like lottery is a scratch off and not a mega million. Your like number is the like count that goes up when you hit the like button. Scribble it down somewhere, because when I call for a number, you got 2 minutes to get to the chat, and we want to have fun with it. We don't want to be waiting and, begging you to come back and give me your Cash App. So put your like number, your Cash App in the same message. Also, make sure we're greeting each other in the chat. Okay. All that good stuff. All comments on the ladies on the show or whoever we happen to be gossiping about, because y'all know how these conversations can go. They can go any which or where, okay? But let's keep the conversation on that. No personal attacks, rudeness, name calling, or bickering in my chat will be allowed ever, all right? And if you're new, make sure you let us know by indicating, by saying it's your first time, or put FTL for first time live so we can welcome you personally and individually, because we are happy to have you here, all right? And make sure we're greeting people that is not just royal family business. You know, if you got a crown by your name, then you know you are official family. But if you've been here more than twice, you family by default. So make sure you're greeting folks in the chat, okay? Also, if you must cuss, misspell your cuss words. Now, let me greet who's here, because we got to talk. Us got to talk. Remember to put FTL for first time live if this is your first time here. But y'all get comfortable, honey, because it's been some foolishness going on. It's been some foolishness going on this show. Quite a bit of it. Some of it's kind of funny, too. Miss Lovely T, thank you for being like number one. Magaline Lamar, our good sis, is number two. Sweet Beloved in the house. Hey, girl. Thank you for being number three. Miss Thelma is number four. How you doing? How you doing? My nephew is here. Ian the Court Junkie is like number five. Helene. Y'all, this is my girl. Helene, where you been? We miss you, girl. I love Helene. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for being like number six, sis. Brandon Martin, you got your libation filled to the brim. I know that's right. Let's unpack. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Yes, happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody who that is here. If you are one of our distinguished servicemen or servicewomen, we thank you for your service. If you are the relative or a child of a veteran, we thank your parents, your loved one, husband, wife, daddy, mama, cousin, brother, sister, whichever the relation. We thank them for their service, and we're very grateful. Okay. Who else we got here? We got Sean, Living Life. How you doing? Thank you for being like number 10. And Brandon, thank you for being number 8. Miss Gardner. Hey, girl. Thank you for being number 11. Nina GZ in the house. Thank you for being number 12. All right, all right. Hey, girl, Cloud 9. Cloud 9 is number 14. You can be what you want to be. I love that song. Hey, Makeup Addict, how you doing? Auntie Eva's 15. Miss Deborah D'Souza, welcome, welcome, welcome. Is this your first time with us? If it is, welcome. If not, welcome back. Thank you for being like number 16. Belize and JB in the house. Hey, girl, this is my boo. She's number 18. Lulu's little girl. This is my good sis. All right, she's number 19. Aries Diva. Thank you, girl. Eating dinner and ready for the night. Make sure you hit that like button. TG, hey girl, happy Memorial Day weekend. Thank you for being number 16. Queen of Hearts KS. Hey Ladybug, thank you for being 17. All right, Bianca the Beautiful is in the chat. Our head archangel, keeping the chat safe so that we can cut up and clown and talk about these people in peace. Okay, she's asking y'all to please get your like button, tap it while you're grabbing your wine. Okay, do it simultaneously. D Crazy, D Amazing, DS is here to run D Reflection Corner, because you know y'all be in here sniping, Miss Nisi, hey girl, thank you for being 21. Vicky Black is 26. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, thank you. Y'all get in here and get comfortable. Oh, Tide Spring. Tide Spring, one of our newest UK beauties in the chat. Good to see you. Good to have you. Priscilla Clemens is 27. What up, sis? Yvette. All right. This is a Birmingham beauty from the UK, and she's like number 32. We got Belicious. She's number 31. Good to see you. Hey, sweet tea. Thank you for being 35. Deborah Randall is in the chat, making housewives talk legal. You know, as long as we got Deborah or Debbie, we're within regulations. So we're going to do it. Peanut is here. She's number 41. Y'all tell Peanut, hey. Hey, Peanut. Lady Z. Hey, lady. Thank you for being number 39. All right. I like your avatar. It's nice. Sweet Tea is number 40. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Well, it looks like I've hollered at everybody. Uh-oh. DT, my DT. DT is here off from work today. All right. And reminding y'all to please like this video. Okay? Now she got to go catch up on baddies. I'm dead. Leave it to Peanut. All right, Nashina M., thank you so much for the super chat. My first support of the whole day, and I appreciate you. Happy Memorial Day to you. All right. All right, all right. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I don't want to miss nobody. I don't want to miss a soul. I don't. It'll bother me if I do. Wait. All right, Deborah says she is not new, but I'm so glad you're here. Welcome back, sis. Shannon Campbell is number 30. Hey now. Lisa Gordon, girl, where you been? It's so good to see you. Thank you for being 51. Ruth Ann Leverett in the house. Hey, sis. Thank you for being 48. So glad to have you. Happy to be happy. We happy you here, even if you hanging in the bushes. Anna's here. Thank you for being number 49. Y'all keep hitting the like button. Don't forget your engagement button on your bottom right-hand side. Okay, the circle with the heart emoji. All right. I'm going to need y'all to hit that like button, though. I'm really going to need y'all to hit it. Uh-huh. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Nashina, he did. And we're going to get to that first. I just need to make sure. That I got my likes and my bubbles, because we're going to cover that first. We're going to just take a little look, take a little look at that first, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that until I know I got my likes and my bubbles, because y'all know I'm sensitive. Y'all know I'm sensitive. So, ain't no point in us pretending around here. Y'all know I'm sensitive. Okay. Hey, country girl, Queena. Okay, I see my bubbles. All right. Okay, so we got 27 people in my house that don't like me. Is that what we have going on? There's 27 people sitting inside my home and don't like me. That's what we're doing. Hey, Dana Brown. Thank you for being 59. Is that where we are? Because if that's where we are, I don't mind doing a Duolingo lesson. We will all be up in here learning Chinese. Mm-hmm. We will all be in here learning Chinese. I promise we will. Okay. So please hit the like button. Okay. Delightful by Design. Hey, girl. Thank you for being number 19. I appreciate it. I'm just saying, don't make me duo. Don't make me duo, because y'all know that I will do the duo. Hit the like button. DT say not Duolingo. Yes, we will. Listen. Yep. We'll be tearing it up. I'm just saying, so please hit that like button. How would I say that? Woxiao ni wait. Woxiao ni xia an you. I need you to hit that like button, okay? I need you to hit the button, okay? And don't worry about the accent, because at this point, y'all gonna get Chinese with a Southern accent, okay? Yeah, that part. Hit the like button. we got to cover this first with Drew and them. Hey T Love, welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all hit that like button. We got to cover the Drew and Ralph of it all. X, where you been? It's so good to see you. Hey boo. But yeah, we got to go on and cover this real quick, and then we're going to get into the review of the show. But before we could even watch the show to review it, I'm just not sure why Drew had to be exposed by Ralph, but that's what Ralph did. And so now we're going to pull it up on the big screen. Yes, we are. We're going to pull it right on up on the big screen because it should not have happened. See, this is why I keep telling y'all that Drew is a creeper. On top of being a liar, she's a creep. And Ralph's a creep too, because were he not a creep, he wouldn't even been okay with this. He wouldn't even been okay. But he was okay because he's a creep too. And so now we're going to expose Creep Sedora. Okay? Tell him again, nephew. Let's match the likes with the chat, okay? Okay, listen, nephew say he ain't got the brain capacity tonight to be trying to learn Chinese. He's reached his cap. He's reached his cap. So y'all please hit the button. Yep, they're full of it. They're definitely full of it. Bianca say, ain't nothing wrong with a Southern twang, sis. Oh, you listen, they gonna have to get this Chinese with a touch of the South, okay? Nina GZ say, oh, how I love Mad Day. Ralph, do your stuff. Thank you. Tell him, DT. Y'all see that? Do you see the characters, the Hanzi that's there? Go ahead and read that, okay? Get that together. Brandon say Japanese Duolingo. See, I don't know nothing about no Japanese. Oh, you talking about Megan's song? Listen, man, I know that part, but I don't know what she's saying. Japanese is right over my head, okay? Just right over my head. So let's share the screen real quick. Let's go ahead and get this good old airing out. This good old airing out that Ralph did to Drew Sadami. Let's get it in, y'all. We're going to share this screen. And then we're going to get into the review of tonight's show. But we're going to share the screen first. Okay. So.
Drew, what do you call me? Hello, Ralph. What do you call me? Hello, Ralph. What do you call me? Yo, Drew, I made all this food here. The steak, the hot dogs, the chicken. Let me taste it. I'm going to sit down and make you a plate.
Hey, Helen.
Oh. Hey, Hi, grandmama.
You Ralph made the steak?
Oh, look at this.
Wow, that's so good.
Drew's making the cabbage. Her saute.
Little peppermint.
We're going to have to table that to see how it tastes.
Hey, Anna.
Drew, what do you call me?
Hello, Ralph.
What do you call me?
Hello, Ralph.
What do you call me? Yo, Drew, I made all this food here. The steak, the hot dogs, the chicken.
Let me taste it. I'm going to sit down and make you a plate.
Hey, Helen.
Hey,
Okay, so this man is out not feeding her, y'all. He's feeding her. Now, she was over there in the neighborhood comments talking about co-parenting, baby. The children wasn't in the kitchen, and nothing about those children indicated that man needed to be feeding you hand to mouth. That is not the behavior of a co-parent. For the man to be grabbing food with his hand and putting it in your mouth, Drew. See, this is what I be telling y'all about Drew Sadami. And I know some of y'all want to like her just because her and Porsha at odds, and the general consensus is, we just don't like pretty people. I don't know why. I'm not one of those folks. I love pretty people. If you are in the chat right now under the sound of my voice and you are a pretty black girl, understand that I am your biggest fan. I love pretty black girls. Porsha is full of crap, but y'all know that ain't why people don't like her. Like, we just gonna tell the truth around here because I'm tired of beating around the bush. So people want to pretend to like Drew because her and Porsha ain't getting along. But I keep telling y'all, Drew is a creep. They're all bad people, but Drew is a creep. She's a creep. She is a creep. Porsha is a backstabber and a backbiter. Shamea fake and phony as a $4 bill, and she's a bit of a backstabber too. Then you got Phaedra who gonna make you laugh, but she fake. You got Cynthia, who don't know. She's a chameleon. She become whoever she need to become. You got Bang Bang Sleazy, you know, trying to be high class, but you know, her background keep coming out in her. And Kelly just loud and flip-flopping. She just want to be at the cool kids table. She'll turn on anybody just yapping like the Yo Quiero Taco Bell dog. You know, Angela over here faking, phony, manipulating stuff. And we got to talk about her and Uncle Charles, because while I do tell y'all I like Uncle Charles, he's starting to make me slightly nervous, and we're going to discuss that too. But while I go down the roll call and I'm listing all of these ladies and why I don't like any of them, Drew is a special case to me because she's a creep. She's a creep. What is the point? What is the point of coming in front of the cameras? Hey, Rochelle, thank you for being 78. What is the point of getting in front of the camera and pretending like this man is all but killing you? Then when he says stuff on social media, like when you can't pretend like I'm the villain no more, what's going to be your storyline? And oh no, he doing so much to me. He chasing me with pitchforks and torches, and he the devil, and he's Satan's little brother, and he blows bubbles out his booty hole. She giving us all these stories, and she's doing interviews. Oh, he better stay in the basement. Well, that don't look like the basement to me, Drew Sademi. And from my understanding, the basement is over 4,000 square feet. You ain't hurting him by him being in the basement. See, it sounds like to me, the house that he went and bought behind your back, and yes, I said y'all behind her back, because Ralph, you trifling too. Why would you go buy that house behind that girl back and don't put her name on it? Why would you go and buy that house behind that girl back and don't put her name on it? See, you a slime ball too. But everything about them two make me feel like they're a match made in heaven. He a slime and she a slimette. He's a creep and she's a creeper. Like those are two slimy, creepy, strange little bitty people. And y'all ain't gonna never convince me otherwise. Hey, Anita Bell, welcome, honey. You say newest, are you new? Welcome. Y'all tell Anita welcome in the chat. Spam the chat with welcome. Let me start. Let me kick it off. It's your first time live? All right, girl. Let me be the first to say welcome to Anita. Welcome, Anita. But yeah, I'm tired of her and her pint-sized husband. Y'all know, you know, small people make me nervous anyway. I don't want no smoke with you. I done already told y'all, if you are under 5'5", you've already won the fight. I don't really deal with short people like that. I don't. I'm not going to be hurting my back bending down to punch at you. So if you under 5'5" and we bickering, you already won. Please know that. Because y'all little folks is violent, and y'all have bad tempers, and yeah, I can't deal with that. So, you know, this is nothing against short people. Don't come for me. Please don't. I can't do nothing for you nor with you. You've already won. But them two little bitty people right there, they get on my nerves because both of them are creeps. And it's like, for some reason, Drew seems to think that because we can see that he's a creep, we're not going to see how creepy she is. And I do. She's as creepy as a brown recluse spider. Like, she's creepy. Super creepy. Brandon said, wait, did you just call Drew a slimette? And did. I did. A whole slimette. He's a slime and she's a slimette. They are a match made in heaven or hell or whichever place you think they originated. Okay? DT say, you know, Ralph is good in the room. I know that well. You so crazy. I ain't studying you. So look, let's get the notebook. Let's get the notebook ready. Okay? Let me tell you what we got before we get into it. But I had to go ahead and run her video first. Because, Drew, I know, I think I speak for almost everybody when I say we tired. Like, how many lies, girl? How many? Okay, DT say them Negroes from purgatory. I believe it. I believe it. It definitely could be a purgatory situation, okay? If purgatory exists, I believe that could be where they're from. Because for those of you who watch Supernatural with Dean and Sam, y'all know they say that's where the monsters were from, and they are both monsters. Okay, so notes, y'all. We got 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half pages of notes. So let's get into what happened tonight for the folks who did not watch. Let me check my likes again. Let's see. Okay, I see my bubbles. Okay, so it's still about 20 people that have just refused to hit the like button. Hey, Seanitra Howell, thank you for being number 89. I'm gonna give y'all one more quick warning, and then it's gonna be a mess, right? It's gonna be a mess because we're gonna be in here. All right, practicing your Chinese. You're gonna be taking your Chinese classes, and that's good. That way you can be well-rounded. Hey, William McCauley. William says, I told you before, the cast is full of liars. Porsha, Drew, Brit, Shamea, Angela. I'm just waiting for Kelly live. Oh, Kelly done already told some. I called her in some in the first 2 episodes, honey. I'm the lie detector. I caught her in the first 2 episodes. Lying. All of them. Thank you, William, for keeping it real. Because on the porch, that's what we do. Quick disclaimer. Listen, DT is asking y'all in Spanish to hit the button. No, I'm learning Chinese. I'm not learning Cantonese or Mandarin. Those are separate languages. He's asking y'all, please hit it, okay? Please hit the button. Pretty please with the cherry on top. Because we're finna get into these notes, okay? But literally, you know, 我小你啊小啊 you, okay? Please. Bing, please. Ching, please. Okay, look, dig. The notes. So this episode, I never pay attention to what they call an episode because what they name the episode ain't none of my business. It's none of my affair, right? I don't really care what they named it. But what I call this particular episode was Fake Phriends and Phaedra's Return, or Dinnerless Dinner. Okay, because we did run into a dinner with no dinner. We did run into a dinner party with no dinner. We did later on in the episode, and we're going to get to it. Okay. And we absolutely had some fake friends in Phaedra's return. So, Shamea and Kelly is how we started this mess off. Yes, Anna, she did lie about knowing that Bang Bang Sleazy had that pistol and said that she was gonna shoot Kenya. She lied about it. She did. She claimed she didn't hear it and didn't know nothing about nothing. Then turn around and come back later and corrected the lie with some more lies. They're just all bad people. They're terrible people. So Shamea and Kelly. Okay, Shamea and Kelly. So Kelly goes over to Shamea's house, y'all. So Shamea down by the pool, and I'm just gonna say this. I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it. I love seeing Shamea display wealth because she's a pretty black girl. I think she's a terrible person, but she's a pretty black girl. So I love to see the wealth wrapped around her. I enjoy it. What I'm starting to become uncomfortable with is the branded clothing. Let me explain myself. Oh, and let me tell y'all ahead of time, this is a dysmorphia night. If you see me grabbing my face, that is why. I see Peter Griffin in the camera. If you don't see it, bless your heart. That's what I see. This is a dysmorphia night, and I'm being real, very transparent. Hey, Lady Blue, thank you for being number 94. But the branded clothing with Shamea is becoming a bit much. I first noticed it when she did that outfit with the green and white Louis Vuitton print. It was uncomfortable to look at, but I was like, okay, questionable taste type thing. And then with the swimsuit, and then at the dinner party, and it was this mini suit blazer combo Balenciaga branded. It's like, listen, man, you got the bread. There's a way to, hey, Latrice, thank you for being number 98. There's a way to display your wealth by dressing well. You can dress well. You don't have to put on popular brands. Do you know how many luxury brands exist that you can wear, and people who have money will know that it's money. The only people that'll be confused are people who can't afford to wear it. Okay. I'm not really digging it. It's starting to make me a little uncomfortable. I want to say what I'm thinking, but I don't want to say it. I'm gonna say it. It gives like she's trying to make sure that the audience is like, oh, she's wearing labels, or, you know, because it's like we heard Kenya say about Bang Bang Sleazy. You know, she's there for them all them weeks and she wasn't giving nothing, no fashion, no labels, no nothing. And so they was at her like, you know, give us something. I think maybe they, you know, were like, you know, Atlanta's a lot of pressure to be, you know, foxy fly or whatever. And I like that. I love to see attractive Black women dressed up, honey, with the heels and the fits. And, you know, I could do without some of them wigs or whatever, but, you know, it's whatever, right? I love to see them display their blessings, but it's something about that, the branded clothing, the heavily branded clothing, and it's not done in a way where it's like edgy. It's just very, I think it devalues her look. I think that's the best way I can say that. I think it devalues her look, and it doesn't, at that point, it doesn't matter what you spend. It takes it from exclusivity down to flea market. Like, y'all get what I'm saying? I don't like that she's doing it. Lisa Gordon says she being extra. I don't know whether it's being extra. That could just be her style. To me, it gives. She needs a stylist. I'm gonna say that. That's the way I can say it. She needs a stylist. Nina GZ say new money is loud, wealth whispers, and those billboard labels on your body screams poverty mind to me. It does give, you know, might not be that you know, like this is her idea of displaying wealth, and I think that's okay. I just wish she had a stylist, because Yvette says tacky. It does kind of come off that way, and I don't want to see her look that way. I mean, I don't like her character. I don't like Shamea's personality. What she's showing is less than stellar. However, I want to see her look nice. Real talk. I want to see her look nice. If for no other reason, I don't want to give other people who not us an opportunity to drag her or to say something that's disrespectful that may be truthful, because then we got to try to defend it. And I'm going to defend it. I'm going to just be honest with you. Vita, hey girl, I drank water and I did eat something, and I did get a little bit of sunlight today. Sean Living Life say the fashions this season are off. Brit and Kelly halfway naked. Shamea giving clown. Porsha I. Angela's I too. Drew giving crunchy. Drew always gives crunchy. Like, everything about her is just irksome. So irksome. Yeah, she could definitely use a stylist, and I want to see her look good. Like, I like to see her look good, and I want to see her look good. I think she's a very pretty lady. She says she got too much fat on her back. I don't see it. I think she's got a cute shape. I think she looked cute in her clothes, but some of her clothing choices are making me a little uncomfortable. Hey, Creepy, happy Sunday. Hey, Ashley, thank you for being 102. Okay. So I know broke folks wear name brand when they don't have $10 in the bank. I mean, yeah, that's true too. But it's just the fact of, I just think that I want her to look like what her husband is capable of. Like, she has a very capable husband. Praise the Lord. Okay. She has a very capable husband, and I would like to see her look like what her husband is capable of. And right now, she's not giving me that. Okay. She's not giving me that. She's not giving me that. William is off the chain, so they better go down to the eBay Marlowe shop and get their fashion right next season. Why are you joking? Lee Archive, I know she's ignorant with the name, but Marlowe knows her fashion. And if they went to Marlowe, I bet you she wouldn't be out there in those heavily branded, you know, flea market-esque looks. She wouldn't. Let's just be honest. So anyway, Kelly comes over. She come down the stairs in her heels, poolside. Shamea's already talking about best friend. Like, how are you calling this girl best friend and you don't even know her? Are you okay? But yeah. It was weird. And then she tried to explain it away in the confessional. Like, I have a habit of calling people best friend because you can find a friend in anybody. No, you cannot find a friend in anybody. You cannot. Is that why you so, loose with this friend word? Because you don't realize it has an actual value? You don't just go around calling everybody friend. Who does that? Well, I mean, I guess she does that, right? I suppose. Let me leave that alone. Let me just leave that alone. All I'm saying is, like it really needs to. She needs to cut it. She needs to cut it with that stuff. And everybody is your best friend. Everybody's not your best friend. Everybody's not your best friend. You can't find a friend in anybody. And she's sitting there talking about, oh, Kelly just opened up to me. It was easy to become friends with Kelly. She opened herself up to me and, shared herself with me. She didn't open herself up to you. You sat down with her talking about your childhood friend. And then she came back to let you know that your childhood friend was aware of everything you said because Angela ran back and repeated it. That does not a best friend make. Okay. So anyway, then Kelly told her about the Caribbean trip, and it was very fake. It gave very contrived. It absolutely said, production says y'all are going on a trip and we're going to have Kelly and Shamea host it. So she went and told Shamea about it, and then Shamea pretended like she never heard about it. And I was just like, okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't know. It just seems so fake. At this point, I think we've seen everything. I think we've seen I won't say everything, because we definitely never saw, gun threats and, corn on poster boards at salon openings. So they did give us something we never seen before. But unfortunately, it was stuff that we hope to never ever see again in our lives. So yeah, there was that. But yeah, so they talked about the trip. They're going to Grenada. Kelly's like, oh, it's in the Caribbean. They're known for their spices. Y'all know Grenada is like, the spice isle or whatever they call it, right? It was kind of funny, but again, we've done this before where she's having her guests and she's saying Caribbean and Shamea talking about the Maldives. I'm like, girl, that is Southeast Asia. Why the hell are you saying the Maldives for a Caribbean island? Are you okay? Then Brazil, like she said a lot of really odd things, and I'm like, what does Jamaica have to do with spices? Ooh, but I'm like, then again, we've seen this. We've seen this. We've seen this before where they don't know where things are. We've seen it where Kenya thought Portugal was in Spain. We've seen it where people are mispronouncing things. I mean, I guess maybe she wants to like take Porsha's dumb label too. Like, can you, Shamea, let Porsha be the dumb friend? Do you have to be the dumb? I mean, I get that it's Porsha for you. Porsha's popular, so now you want to be popular. Porsha was on RHOA, you want to be on RHOA. So now Porsha's dumb, you want to be dumb too? You're telling us the Maldives for a Caribbean island? Okay, ma'am. All right. If you say so. If it were me, I'm going to say this, Shamea, I would let Porsha keep the dumb label. Let Porsha be the dumb one. She good at being dumb. Like, let Porsha have dumb. Okay? I know Sarah done told you, listen, anything you see Porsha with, try to imitate it or take it. But the dumb label, do not listen to Miss Sarah on that. Do not. Aries Diva says Shamea acts as if she doesn't get attention. I don't know. I ain't touching that. Hey, Wheezy Peters, thank you for being 106. Well, there was already a trip to the Maldives, I think, on Housewives. Haven't they been to the Maldives? I could have sworn they have. I could have sworn they went to the Maldives before. I think so. I don't remember, but I thought they did. So we did that. We got Shamea trying to be, take Porsha's dumb label. Don't know why. Both of them say they never been. They both are talking about they plan to donate because there's been, natural disasters in Grenada. So I was like, okay, so that's cool. I like that. That kind of gave me a little upper. I said, oh, okay. Community action abroad, little missionary work. All right. Be nice if they passed out some Bibles, but they can't do that because I'm sure they will be twerking while half naked. But yeah, donating to the people while you're there, making use of their island for content. Thumbs up. Y'all put a thumbs up in the chat. I kind of like it. I kind of like that. Like that really gave me a good feeling. Kelly decided to tell us that the man she called to find out what they needed is fine and over 5'9", and I'm like, it tracks. Kelly's really teeny tiny, so I guess for her 5'9" and 5'9" at all is really great. 5'9" is shorter than me, but for her, it's a skyscraper. Brandon said, I hear you, Shamea is grasping at straws. Leave the dumb label to Porsha. Shamea needs to relax and be herself, and does. Thank y'all for the thumbs up in the chat. Yeah, donating and helping the people while you're using their island, you're using their aesthetics, you're using their carnival, everything about their culture for content, you dang right you donate. So that gave me a thumbs up feeling. I was very excited to see that. It made me happy. You say you 5'9", dang, bro, I'm taller than you. I'm a giant. Hello, call me Lady Liberty. But yeah, it was, I thought that was cool. Deborah said, I thought Shamea said she's donate. Kelly was going to see the guy she called. They're saying they're going to donate while they're there. It's not just Shamea going to donate. Kelly's going to donate. They're going to organize to donate while they're there. So anyway, I thought that was cool. Kelly lets us know something that I thought was interesting too. Kelly said that the date for her divorce to be final is almost there. Like it's almost on top of her head. She said it's been 2.5 years and she going to end up having to pay $158,000. For the record, understand me. I am from the great state of Florida. Okay. We raise livestock down there, including hogs. And I can promise you, he would have ended up in a pig trough before I'd have gave him $158,000. Because y'all know pigs eat everything, bones, gristle, and all. He would have ended up in somebody's pig trough. I promise you that, mixed in with some corn and slop before I'd have gave him $158,000. I would have fed him to the hogs. But so I thought that was really, that kind of choked me up, like real heavily choked me up. At the same time, you know what else came to my mind, y'all? Why Ashley still ain't divorced? Why Kenya saying she still ain't divorced? Why Mia still ain't divorced? Why Drew still ain't divorced? Kelly done came in here like Speedy Gonzalez. Andale, riba. Divorce finna be final. And this what a man done bammed her, knocked her between the refrigerator and the deep freezer, the washer, the dryer, the ham and the burger, the Kool-Aid and the sugar. He done beat this girl in between Monday and Tuesday. Beat her like he was trying to get sugar out of candy cane. He got this girl hiding in in closets, calling the police, crying on bathroom floors, and she still got a divorce date about to be final, and these ladies is dragging it out. Not according to Kenya. The rumor was that it was finished, but the last thing she said was that it was not. I'm trying to understand. Okay, DT says Shamea's honeymoons in the Maldives, but no housewives trips. Okay, maybe that was Basketball Wives. One of them reality shows went there, but back to this divorce thing. How little bitty Kelly? She got the shortest legs on the show. I believe Kelly got the shortest legs in Housewives history. I don't believe none of the cities, none of the franchises, none of the seasons has ever had anybody as T90 as Kelly. Kelly got the shortest legs, but this heifer done outran everybody with that divorce business. In and out. Bomb. Done. Stacey Roush went ahead and got hers final too, but these chicks, they be playing. Hey, Adrian Marie, happy Sunday. So dig, right? She say the date coming up. She got to pay $158,000, and like I said, pig trough. Hog chow before I pay you that. So my only notes on that conversation was production needed y'all to fake a conversation so you can talk about the trip that's coming up. That's all I got from that, right? Yeah, the Gators is too unreliable, sweet tea. The Gators is too unreliable. They're too unreliable. You can't even bank on them Gators. They gonna drag their body up under there and hang it to let it rot before they eat it because they like carrying, and part of that might float back to the top. No, just feed them to the hogs and get it over with. Not that I'm saying you should. I'm just saying I'm giving you my rationale for why you're not going to the Glades. You're going to my uncle's house is where you're going. Okay. William say these women like Ashley, Drew, and Kenya don't plan on getting divorced. It's a storyline and a way to protect their husbands. Well, not Kenya, because that man, watch they get back together with these men. Well, not Kenya, but I get what you're saying. I think Drew too, after we done sat up here and watched that man feeding her, reaching with his naked fingers and putting food in her mouth. That is not the behavior of two people who finna divorce. That ain't what that is. No. DT said, Kelly said, you're not going to make my divorce a storyline. That's clearly what she said. Frodo Baggins said, absolutely not. Y'all about to talk about the house in the Shire, but you're not going to be talking about that divorce. Now, then we get Porsha, Diane, and Lauren. They done went house shopping, okay? This scene was, it was a little bit of filler, a lot of filler. But it had a couple of interesting things in it, right? A couple of interesting things. Brandon said if the court orders $158,000 payout, then why sacrifice the man to the pig pen? Because she the one got to pay it. Listen. I'll do my best to make sure all your jury is off you before you hit that trough. That's all I can tell you. Because I'm not paying you. Nashina M say Kenya was never married. Bang. Bang. No marriage license, fake divorce. Hello, good night. DS say Kelly says she's getting the divorce done, unlike the undercooked grits. Right. Thank you, DS. And that's why she's running a reflection corner, folks. DS says the grits might not have been done, but that marriage show is. Okay. Thank you for the thumbs up, Anna Filson. So they house shopping. She look at this $4.2 million house. They going through the house looking at stuff. He's showing her the home theater, like it could be a golf room or whatever. And, she had to do the little fake sad. Oh, the person who likes golf, we left them at the other house. No, you didn't. That man was at that house. I hadn't got him yet, but he was at that house. You did not leave that man at that house. That man left you at that house and wouldn't take your calls according to you. Matter of fact, he wasn't even taking your messages because you say you messaged him and told him Pilar asked about him and he left you on red. So stop telling that clear man that you left the person that liked golf at the house. Porsha, you did not. Are you embarrassed? Are you embarrassed? Are you embarrassed? You shouldn't be. You should not be, because you shouldn't have been stupid enough to think that this was going to be no long-term situation. You should have walked in looking to walk out. Big dumb girl. Anyway, so they, making wig jokes. The man say, he want him a wig. I can understand. He going bald, but I think he should go get one of the man units like the ones Aubrey be wearing, the Snow Princess. The realtor does not need the one with the cornrows, though. But I think he could get him a man unit. I saw the balding situation up there, So when she's sitting down with Diane and Lauren, she's telling them that, she was anxious and house shopping because, she got to make sure she planning for the future, and mentioned the last time she was house shopping, it was with granddaddy, grandfather time. Okay. And production showed the clip of her and granddaddy house shopping. And I was like, ew, we don't need to see that. Ew. But that's what they did. Who told you that she walking away with nothing? She walked away with nothing from Cordell. That ain't what's going on here. And we finna get into it. Phaedra ain't her lawyer, baby. She went and paid for a lawyer. That's why she was in Balmain telling them, y'all got me spending my lawyer money. So listen, anywho, While she was sitting up there talking, then she mentioned Cordell. William, funny you said that. So she went to talking about this thing with Cordell and how she wanted to be submissive and she wanted to be a good wife. And hey, Christian Key, our Tennessee gorgeous doll. She's number 118. Hey, boo. So look, she said that she gave up everything and wanted to be submissive. She just wanted to be a wife to him. And they showed them clips when she was being real big dumb. I mean, big dumb. You know what it made me think about, y'all? Clarissa Shields. Because see, Porsha was still young enough to be real stupid. She thought, oh, my husband said. She thought doing all that. Y'all know the type of girls. Put a 1 in the chat if you know the type of woman I'm talking about. Y'all know them heifers. We can't even talk to them because every 2 minutes is my husband. I need to see the ones in the chat if y'all know the hookers I'm talking about. Porsha thought when she was with Cordell, as long as she was being dumb, I gotta respect my husband. My husband allowed me to go here. My husband allowed me to go there. My husband. She thought long as she was doing all that dumb stuff, that was gonna make that man do right. See, that's what use does. Oh, but time bring about a change, don't it? Yes, Clarissa caught astray because that's where she's at right now. She's at the space where Porsha was when she was extra dumb with a side of jackass. And when Nene and them was trying to like respectfully, lovingly, subconsciously tug her coat. Oh no, y'all disrespecting my marriage because my husband. The next thing you know, your husband got tired of that beard and he wanted to let his boochie hang out. Oh yes. Then by the time all that my husband talk didn't work and Cordell out there popping his boochie cat, next thing we know, Porsha done went buck wild. She done been the princess of Thoughtlandia ever since. See, this is what people don't like to talk about, but we got to go and keep it a buck and a bean. Okay? Porsha didn't turn into the princess of Thoughtlandia until she had to try to cope with the fact that, hey, I'm a pretty girl. I'm a legacy. I come from a good family. I'm somebody. I'm Hosea Williams' granddaughter. I have a pedigree. I am somebody. I ain't mad at it. But she went from all that to bragging about being a trophy wife, only to find out you was a trophy beard, baby. All right now. And when that man got tired, he said, listen, this beard making me itch. And he shaved that beard off. Hey, Brilliante Morgan, welcome. Listen, he said he didn't want a beard. He wanted a lace front. And that is why DS run that reflection corner. Yes, sir. I'm trying to tell you. Now, Andrew Caldwell need to lie. Cordell ain't want him. Cordell did not want him. Andrew Caldwell makes me tired. Thank you, Anna. That's all happened with Porsha. See, y'all don't see through people. I see through people. I see through you. Through you. She had to cope. Yes, it do. Because, listen, Porsha brought Cordell into this. Porsha brought Cordell and his boochie cat into the conversation. So now we're going to talk about it. Right, sweet tea. My husband let me come on this trip. And that is very good. My husband. And she been coping ever since. And so she ran into granddaddy. Okay. She ran into grandpa. And I want y'all to keep track of what went on and how it went. Because see, for whatever reason, Housewives fans love to have amnegro. Not to be confused with amnesia. But y'all love to get amnegro and forget what's convenient. Because the thing that y'all keep forgetting is they keep saying, oh, Shamea hooked me up with granddaddy. Yeah, but I want y'all to go on back. Take it way on back. Porsha snitched on herself. She could say Shamea hooked up with him. Shamea might have been the one that told her the dirt. Shamea might have been the one that told her the dirt about Fallon being pregnant from the pool boy. But you slid in that DM and snitched. And thought, ooh, I'm going to get my happily ever after with a granddaddy. She thought she was going to get it with Dennis. And then Dennis waited till she was big and pregnant to go out there hunching on her while she big and pregnant and they was engaged. So once she saw she couldn't get the happily ever after with him, she got cranky again. And then she gave it up on the YouTube channel that she had got real mean with him or whatever, because, you know, her happily ever after wasn't coming. Because see, all that Thoughtlandia bull crap, that was coping. She was coping. Okay. Then she said, okay, well, if Fallon don't want granddaddy and she pregnant from the pool boy, let me go snitch. I'll take an old granddaddy happily ever after. She even took the granddaddy with a broken penis. She couldn't even hunch, which is why I can't stop laughing at people trying to, oh, she slept with the lady husband. The lady wasn't sleeping with her husband. Didn't the lady told you she wouldn't. The lady told you that he got a flat tie, a limp noodle, and a captain that can't salute. Porsha just wanted a happily ever after with a wallet attached. That's all. That's all. Hey, since 58. That part. That part. And so now she's sitting up here. She's so sad. She not sad because of a granddaddy. Thank you, Nina GZ, because the granddaddy's gummy worm. That ain't why she said, who the hell missed a limp member? Nobody. In my pizza wet voice. Who? Okay. Let me type it in the chat. If you have ever missed a limp member, put me in the chat. If not, type nobody. And I want full participation, full audience participation. See, Porsha still ain't keeping it real. Porsha's still trying to cope. I don't know why Porsha can't keep it real about what's going on with you, girl. Keep it real, Porsha. That's why you had your daughter calling him Pop and sitting on his lap and taking pictures, talking about we with the family. You looking for a fairy tale that you're not going to get. I don't care what Diane told you. And I like Diane. But I don't care what Diane told you, baby. You're not going to get a fairy tale. It is not going to happen. You thought it was going to happen with Dennis because he put you on the helicopter and had you playing, you know, the little mo. Whatever. And how it ended. With you engaged, big and pregnant with swollen ankles, and he out there running through the town like a track meet. Oh, I see a whole lot of nobodies in the chat. So ain't nobody missing a old limp gummy member. Ain't nobody looking for no gummy genitals. Don't nobody want to pull on that saltwater taffy. She don't miss that man. She missed the idea of the fairy tale she thought she was gonna get. Now that's what she thought. And it wasn't gonna happen. Hey T Monique. Okay, I see them nobodies rolling in. Don't nobody want that. Not nobody. Don't nobody miss that. And we know it's true because he sat up there crying. Because all she had to do was put up the definition of erectile dysfunction and he was in tears. Porsha need to tell the truth and shame the devil if she can. Rochelle, I'm going to stop. Thank you. I see the nobody's rolling in. And Brandon Martin talking about he fit. That man is not fit. He got little bitty skinny anorexic arms. He got the belly of a lucky Buddha. And a hairline of receding beachfront property. Just running back. Yeah, she was living a pipe dream. That's what the hell she was doing. Hey, Miss Dime Girl. Right, DS, don't nobody want no deflated inner tube. Who want that? But nobody. So she's sitting up there and, oh, you know, after everything, how everything went with Cordell and I gave up everything to be a wife, looking for a goddamn fairy tale, he left you with nothing. So then my ears perked up, y'all, because then she was like, well, you know, I was real careful this time to line everything up so that wouldn't happen to me. And I laughed. I say, that's what Simon wasn't counting on. Simon saw, because, you know, y'all know Simon was just a fan of the show. Him and his mail order bride that ended up pregnant for the pool boy. They weren't nothing but fans of the show. See, Simon was a fan of the show. He wanted his mail order bride on the show. Didn't know she was going to hunch the pool boy and get pregnant. And that's why when he was happy to, you know, latch on to Porsha when she went there snitching by Fallon being pregnant from the pool boy, because he's like, ooh, I get to be popular now because I'm on the show. That's why when they fell out, he went to talking about, 265 days a year, this and that. Hey, man, you thought that girl was dumber than she was. Cordell put a whooping on her, she ain't gonna never forget. The fact that Cordell put it on her that good, she wasn't gonna let you get her like that. The fact that you was thinking that this was gonna be business as usual. The other women, you broke up with them. Oh, I own some moving trucks. Well, baby, I'm glad you did, so you can move your stuff, because she's still sitting in that house, and right now you sitting in ICE custody. Hope them people get you back across the water in time, child, because I heard them camps ain't cool. So when she says she lined up everything so that don't happen no more, I say, poor grandpa, you thought you was slick? And Porsha said, Cordell was slicker. You wasn't going to get that off. Cordell got that off. Next time, granddaddy, go get a woman who ain't been through it before, and you might be able to get that done. You might be able to get that done. Yes, Lisa Gordon, plus Simon got an unforgettable face. Yes, Lord, unforgettable. I told you I'd have broke every light bulb in that house if I had to be in the house with that man. Every light bulb. I'd have been taping black sheets and poster boards to the windows. I'd have been in there like Helen Keller. And would have put it in the prenup. Turn on the light and this marriage is over. That man ugliest homemade sin on Sunday. But anyway, so she talking about that. Then she tell her mama them about Grenada. And then she right back to Dum Dum. Sitting up there telling them what me and Shamea talk, and I think we in a good place. And now it's just, gotta let them other ladies realize that we don't have to explain our relationship just like a marriage. And you still, it's like every time I think Porsha done grew a brain, I find out she really ain't, It's just a response to trauma. Cordell gave her trauma, so she responded to the trauma, but she still ain't smart because her dumb behind trying to convince her mama that her and Shamea is fine and they talked and they in a good place. Diane sitting over there like she was fighting herself. I think Diane got into a whole prize fight by herself, sitting there trying not to tell Porsha that hooker ain't your friend. But Diane ain't say it. I was sitting there looking like, okay, Di, you gonna do it? You gonna do it, Di? Diane was over there tucking her lips. I say, woo-hoo, boy, Porsha, you need to listen to your mama, girl. Shamea ain't your friend. You dumb though. You real dumb, but she not your friend. So anyway, we get Kelly and her daughter and the dog. They all got facials. The dog lost an eyelash. I don't know why we needed to know that. It's cute, but it don't even really fit this show. We got Shamea down at V103 with Big Tigger in the morning, talking about her Merzit. Shout out to little Glorilla, talking about her Merzit. And Tigger was like, oh, y'all got somebody else on the show with a single? She was like, who? So then she was like, according to her, she forgot she had an issue with Drew. But apparently she don't remember, so now it's on. So she say, who? And she was like, and it was, mentioning Drew. And she was like, oh, I ain't heard it. She was like, I ain't heard it on this radio station. Which I'm sure they ain't played no Drew Sidora on V103. But, I guess, the fans be talking about they like her music. Let's see what her numbers do, right? Hey, Thankful Life, thank you for being 124. So she clowned a little bit, called a girl a liar and all that. And she said when she sings, she sings about her life. And then she shaded Drew's Drew's lyrics about I speak about 5 different languages. And she was like, no, you don't. And she's right. No, Drew don't. But anywho, then she was like, basically she forgot she be forgetting because she's so busy that she had beef with this heifer, and said that Drew should go play with her mammy. I said, okay, valid. I'll allow it. Go play with your mammy, Drew. Go play with your mammy. Because I'm gonna say this about the Drew and Shamea of it all. I didn't understand what Drew's problem was with Shamea from the beginning. I didn't. Y'all, please let me know in the chat. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. I want to know, what was Drew's problem with Shamea? Y'all was at Shamea party. Porsha the one called you a low-down, dirty individual. She the one broke the fourth wall and let us know you was trying to sneak and do a photo shoot with production in her company, and all you are is a brand ambassador on the show as part of your storyline. She the one that, laid it all out for you and then let you sit there and cook by yourself and wouldn't even give you a conversation. What is all this animosity that Drew had for Shamea in the first place? when Shamea went and sat down with Angela and Drew when they was working out their first scene, when Angela first flew at Shamea real wild and crazy, it was like, this is odd. Oh, you said did I F him? And it was like, no, she didn't. The girl said she didn't. Yes, you did. Then when production played it back, I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. She said, listen, I wouldn't be me if I didn't ask you, are you dating Dennis? She said dating, not effing, nothing vulgar. She basically tried to just put it right out there so all you ladies could discuss it. And y'all know I can't hardly do Shamea right now, but we got to tell the truth. All she did was ask the question. Porsha the one called you a low down dirty individual. Like, are you okay? Like, it made no sense. Shamea asking that question, she didn't disrespect you. All y'all girls was up in there talking. Kenya was cracking jokes. Porsha called you low down and dirty. Cynthia and them was like, child, that is trifling. Child, everybody, child, and their neck twirling. So I never understand why Drew had all this energy for Shamea for asking a question. That's why it was weird when Angela tried to like take that on as her own personal pet project. And then from then on, she was laser focused on Shamea. Nina GZ say Drew is broken, Shamea's that girl. Well, that could cause a bit of a problem. It could cause a bit of a problem. It could. Just a bit. Hey, Antoinette. Hey, Angie girl. Okay. Trying to make sure I don't miss nobody. Hey, TTLL. So, right. They both sound stupid right now, but you know, from the beginning, it just didn't add up to me. It didn't, and it still don't, to be honest. It still don't. Antoinette says it's a storyline, and I'm just like, you know. But no TTLL, we got to keep it real. This is a show about the drama, the mess, and the gossip. So if the gossip is out there, the gossip was brought to Shamea, and they had all been talking about it behind her back. Shamea was not wrong to ask her in front of everybody. That ain't got nothing to do with being no lapdog. It would have been lapdog if she went to confront her. What you doing with Porsha, man? It's not what happened. She was just like, I'm gonna just ask you in front of everybody, are you dating Dennis or not? Hey, simple. There was no need for that. Drew's a creep and she's a weirdo. Christian say Drew can't get Porsha to argue with her, so she trying Shamea. That's what it looks like to me. Like she want to fight with somebody. Porsha refuses to give it to her. So it's looking like she gonna try to get it out of Shamea, or blood from a turnip, or water from a stone, or something. Sadly mistaken say Drew had the energy for Shamea because they both had a singing aspiration at the same time. That knocked the sale out of Drew's storyline. Oh, okay. Thank you, sadly mistaken, because I was confused. I'm like, I get that I don't like none of these women, but that one was confusing to me. I'm like, what is this for? And Miss Gigi said, I'm over Shamea and her singing minstrel shows. I don't know that I got minstrel show from it. I didn't get that from it. Aries son, thank you for being 124. DT is say, I'm over both George W. Bush, Sadora, and Shamea. Not George W. Bush. Tide Spring says something could have happened that was edited out. I agree, because what we saw was not enough. It was not enough. Like, it didn't add up. It didn't add up then, and it don't add up now. Say something could have happened that was edited out. Like when Drew and Brit got into it at Porsha's event, is production giving us choppy edits? I believe that. That I believe, because what we saw on camera, it didn't give that. It didn't give that at all. Hey, I'm her. How you doing? Girl, we talked about them labels earlier. Isn't it sad? It's sad. Because she's spending the coin. She just needs a stylist. I volunteer as tribute. Honestly. At this point, I won't even charge you. Just holler at me. We can do like, you know, a Skype visit. And I help you, girl. I volunteer as tribute. You have to stop, Shamea. You have to stop. So that happened. We get Bang Sleazy talking about her bare and naked, and I'm just like, bare and naked, like I don't understand. What are we doing? What are we doing? What is the reason? And you know, she then she tried to throw in there, you know, since my insurance license is on hold, y'all, I screamed and laughed at the screen. Like, I didn't do a regular laugh, like I screamed. at the screen loud. Like, girl, your license is on hold. If it is, it ain't got nothing to do with Kenya. Don't you be this late into the season still trying to refer to Kenya. Don't you be this late in the season still trying to use Kenya's name in that situation to make yourself interesting. No bang bang. No bang bang. No ma'am. I caught her with that though. But she's like, since it's on hold, now she got time to sell draws. And I'm just like, okay, I know we're not selling draws. I just know I'm not watching RHOA in the year of our Lord, 2025, and you selling draws. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So then we get Angela and Uncle Charles. Now we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this, y'all. We do. And I'm going to tell you why we have to talk about this. We got to talk about this because I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable. Like, for real. I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable with Angela and Uncle Charles with some of these scenes. Okay? And I'm being so for real. I'm starting to not feel okay. Okay? I'm starting to not feel okay with some of this. So I'm gonna just say it. Yeah, we do have to talk about Uncle Charles. Yes, we do. We got to talk about it because I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable. So they went to go see what production captioned as house number 4, and it is out in Cascade. They listed originally the price that they showed on the screen was $465,000. We find out later on during this scene that she has now dropped that price to $338,000. That's a hell of a cut. And we find out that initially when she listed it, she wanted $499,000. So I'm just like, whoa, that's a little scary. Y'all know how I am about the money. And I want all our sisters to get their money. I don't care if I don't like you. That's my prayer for all of our sisters. Please get your money, man. Get your money. So that made me a little nervous, hearing that. And this is a 4,256 square foot home. So this house is about the size of Ralph's basement, which is scary. His basement is the size of this house. She's trying to sell it now for $338,000. So she's going to take a hit on the money. Bianca, you better tell them again because I was kind of confused too. Bianca say 465 in Cascade, the SWATs. Hello. Okay, I'm from there, but Lord, okay. Listen, we spent many a summer in the SWATs right on Meadow Ridge Drive behind Greenbrier Mall. We spent many a summer in the SWATs. Okay, shout out to the people from the SWATs. No disrespect, but I was a little concerned about what she needed to make from the house and what she's going to end up having to sell it for. It's getting a little spooky. Okay. Nina said Charles gonna make up the difference with her life insurance policy. She better sell those houses. I hope she sell them. Because he was like, yeah, get them up out of here. Okay. So look, the house was not okay. Like when they were coming in, it's just the doorway to get in, the threshold still dirty and dusty, torn blinds, drywall not fixed, like all type of stuff was wrong in that house. And I'm just like, yo, Angela, at this point, I'm nervous. Hey, Shine Bright. Hey, boo. So, like, what you gonna do? And so when she said what the contractor told her, I'm like, well, contractors lie, but they actually had footage of the contractor telling her that he could have everything done in 2 or 3 days. And that more than likely the house would be sold in 10 days. And she's sitting up here still with this house. And this man is looking at her like, you better sell this mug. So I don't know. That's when we find out it's been dropped to 338. Then she went to talking about, her mom and them. And I'm not sure why she tries to have these conversations with Charles on camera. because don't really be wanting to hear it. Like, he really don't be wanting to hear it. So she was like, oh, it made me think about my mom and them and her moving out that house and going to get another house. And he was like, they should have bought one of these houses, which they should have. Can we be for real in the chat? If her sister, because I really believe it was the sister. I don't believe it was the mama. I believe the mama is going along to keep peace. After everything went on with Angela's daughter, bringing up what my mama spent and my mama and my mama and my mama, right? But if they was going to go buy a house, you know your sister is selling houses. Why would y'all not buy a house from your sister since you're not going to stay in the house that she spent, what she said, $499,000 or $490,000 for? So that house just sitting empty. She got to sell that one too. So she trying to talk to him about that, and he's looking like, child, I don't want to hear nothing else about that. Like, his energy he was not interested in hearing about her mama, that house, her sister, them, other than they should have bought one of these houses. And I was like, wow, right? So then she went trying to talk to him about, I talked to mama and asked her, and I finally found out when y'all had words what it was really about. And he was just like, child, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to go back to the past. Like, I'm not interested. And I was like, okay, all right. But she kept, and then she was like trying to, like, I don't know whether I'm gonna be honest, I don't know whether those were fake tears. It did give me kind of like, not that she was performing for the camera. It gave me, I'm going to show you. Is that rain? It gave me, I'm going to show you how upset I am so that you will actually soften up and be empathetic. That's what it gave. She was giving tears to her husband to make him like understand, like, I'm vulnerable right now. And that's what I felt like she was trying to communicate. And was not picking up what she was putting down at all. Like, not even remotely. And it was something. And he was just not interested in going back, he said. And she was like, well, mama told me what happened, and I wanted to apologize to you because I know we had got into it about something. And I called mama, and I felt like she was like insinuating or implying or, giving him an understanding that, like, okay, she was on 10 because I called her about our argument. Which, ladies, don't do that. Hey, Sweetness Johnson, ladies, don't do that. If you're a young woman and you're newly married or you're about to be married, do not go running to your mama and your people when you and your husband have words. Let me say this again. If you are a young woman and you are newly married or about to be married, do not go run to your mama or your people repeating what's said when you and your husband have words. Keep that between you and your husband, because your people, even if they love your spouse, their loyalty is to you. Their loyalty is not to that man or the woman or whoever you married to. It's not to them. It's to you. You will end up making up with this person because you have all these romantical feelings, okay? But your family does not. Sometimes they stay mad with the person after you're fine, okay? And sometimes they ready to go all out because when you deal with this person that you have romantic feelings in, you're only gonna go so far because you have a vested interest in keeping them. Your family don't have that vested interest in keeping them. So your mama came off the cuff, walking up on the man and everything else. So she was like, I want to apologize for it. And he was like, it is what it is. I said, hey, Shamea. Then, while she kept talking or whatever, he was like, go cry with your mama. That's when I got a little nervous. Hey, Soul Cosmic. Yeah, I don't like her. I like him pretty good. I don't like her, but that conversation between him and her made me slightly uncomfortable. Y'all know me, slightly uncomfortable is at the precipice before I don't like you. That conversation from him made me slightly uncomfortable because why did you tell her go cry with your mama? Sadly mistaken, say right, because we'll still be mad. You have forgiven him and sleeping back with him and all, right? And we will be ready to drop kick him on site at altar call at church next Sunday. So don't come to your people when your husband and you have a falling out. Keep that little bit. In my opinion, you ain't got no business repeating nothing going on between you and your husband until you done. until it's over. And make sure you really mean that it's over before you go letting the cat out the bag, so to speak. Because once that cat is out of the proverbial bag, it does not go back in. And everybody gonna feel the way they feel about that person, that man. They're gonna be judging him forever. Ain't gonna be nothing he can do to please nobody after that. Everything after that is gonna be them tolerating him, if they tolerate him. So ladies, just FYI, from an old lady to some of the young ladies who need to hear this. And if you happen to be an old lady too and you stupid, then it's for you too. So anyway, she shifted that conversation. I'm glad she did. I want her to not try to have these conversations with him on camera, because he don't really care how it make her look. Like, he's not willing to fake the funk at all. And it's that go cry with your mama. I'm gonna be honest, y'all, that made me a little uncomfortable. I can't stand Angela, but I didn't like that. It made my, it made the back of my neck like twinge. Didn't like it. Nina said, until you file for divorce and move out, leave the family out of it. Hello, until they come in there to help you bubble wrap your china. Keep your mouth shut, please. Then she wanted to tell him about the event. He was like, oh, so I don't have to go. Basically, she let him know she wanted him to go. And he was like, well, you can greet him. And, if you speak to him, then you speaking to him for both of us. So basically, she got him to agree to go grudgingly. So he's like, he'll go, but he don't sound thrilled about it. Charles is a legend, but this show is not making him look good. It ain't making him look bad, but that comment made me uncomfortable. It made me uncomfortable. They probably are hard to watch. And you got to look at Miss Dime. I know you're not American either, are you? I don't think so. You can't be. Because one thing we know about Charles Oakley, this is the Charles Oakley we've always known, dear. This is the Charles Oakley we've always known. He's always been surly and grumpy and crass and direct and blunt. This is who he is. This is who this man has always been. This is not new information. It was just that comment about go cry with your mama that made me uncomfortable. Christian say, leave the family and friends out the group chat. Hello, good night. We don't want to know. Then when they got ready to leave, he was like, oh, I got a meeting to go to. I got to close the deal, because that's what I do. I close deals. And I was like, why are we shading? Why are we shading about the closing? And at that point, I'm just like, Angela, sell them to whoever you got to sell them to at whatever cost. Get that man money back, please. Get him his money back, and then don't let him invest in nothing else. You keep y'all business separate, because he don't seem to be happy about waiting on his money. Sadly mistaken say, right, Charles has not changed at all. At all. He ain't changed. This the same Charles Oakley we've been knowing. Helene said, I didn't like it either. Yeah, I ain't like that. Go cry with your mama. I ain't like that. No. Antoinette says, I never forget how Halle Berry said he used to tag her. I don't remember nothing like that. I know Wesley Snipes was beating her tail. Wesley Snipes, the one busted that eardrum in her ear. That's why I told y'all stay away from the Florida boys, because they like to beat women. Wesley beat her so good, he busted her eardrum. So I didn't know Charles Oakley had beat Halle too. That means Halle done took a few beatings. Sorry, girl. So then let's get to Bang Bang Edie's country club event. Now, it was confusing because they were saying derby, but then they said golfing. And I'm like, do y'all not know the difference between the derby and golfing? And then I thought about who we was talking about. I said, oh, this Bang Bang sleazy. This is the prostitute. She don't know. So she got these girls dressing like they going to an actual derby or horse races, but they're going to the country club to play golf and sink their heels in the dirt and jump in golf carts. Like, I didn't understand what that was for. Yes, girl, Wesley. Oh, Nestle Wesley. Yeah, him downstairs, him. So she shows up in this god-awful pink concoction with polka dots, this hideous hat that was the exact same fabric. The event's supposed to start 5 minutes after the start of the event. Miss Thing ain't got nothing set up. The people still there, moving slowly, picking up little poles and I guess pitching tents. I don't know what the hell they were doing. No, Jackie Christie need to be with Doug Christie. That's who she need to be with. The man she marries again every year. That's the man that's the perfect match for her. Because Jackie crazy. She don't need no man like Charles Oakley. No, she don't. Nothing was done. Kelly shows up. Nothing still is done. Kelly shows up. I don't know what the hell Kelly had on. Kelly had on this white outfit. Her outfit was cute, but then she had on this god awful, I would say maybe circa 1983 extra fur, not fur, but like feather plumed hat. It was given like white ostrich feathers, really extra. And I'm just like, girl, what that got to do with a derby, a golf, playing golf, or going to a country club? It was confusing. I didn't know what the hell that was on her head. It was very, very strange. Shamea showed up in the black Balenciaga mini skirt blazer combo that was heavily branded Balenciaga. I was like, oh, sweet Lord. Oh, my God in heaven. Why? Like, I need Shamea to learn some labels that are not in rap songs. And I'm not being rude. I'm not. So don't come for me, because I'll be waiting on you. But I want her to learn some labels that are not in rap songs. Your husband does very well. There is no reason for you not to get around ladies who are of a certain tax bracket and background so they can help you kind of maneuver. So you can look like your peers. Because if we're being very honest, financially, none of these ladies on the show are her peers. Hey, Andre Shannon, welcome. Like, they're not her peers. And I feel like, you know, I understand keeping it real and being down to earth and all that, but that was, you know, I just, no, just no. Like, no other word but no. Just no. I didn't like it. The Fascinator, no. Why were we in black? Like, it was a no. It was a no for me. I'm gonna leave it at that. Shamea brought up a very, very valid point, which was, why are we dressed like this to play golf? We're playing golf dressed like this. This is crazy, which was a valid point. That was a super valid point. Kelly was like, and then Kelly went to clowning Bang Bang, Brit Edie, Bang Bang Sleazy right then and there. She was like, girl, we hearing these people, you saying your neighbors, they look like they don't know you. So I'm like, okay, so we're getting some foreshadowing here. We're getting foreshadowing. Okay? Because this girl's supposed to be your friend, but now because Shamea is calling you best friend, you're at your bestie's event and you shading her, talking about the people that's supposed to be her neighbors at the country club don't know her. So I was like, dang, I knew Kelly was like a garbage person, but girl, you just straight garbage truck juice. No, ma'am. So anyway, you know, Kelly shades her bestie because she got a new bestie in Shamea. I told you, all these people are bad people. They're all fake and phony. So they out there doing this golf thing. Their heels are sinking in the dirt. I would have been pissed. Well, first of all, I would not have gone. Let me just be honest. I'm not walking in no soft dirt in those stiletto heels because you confused calling a golf course at a country club a derby. You ma'am, you can go and get you a fresh dose of crack light, crack ultra, but I'm never stepping my foot in soft dirt in stilettos. Who's going to be tiptoeing in soft dirt in stilettos because you're confused? Why would I do that? That was just such an odd thing. So they were out there doing all that stuff. Porsha shows up, and one of Bang Bang's friends, young lady named Paris, was sitting there. So Porsha sat down with her. Porsha had on a cute little, you know, looked like something maybe for brunch or a garden party. Very, very cute, white, pink, almost like a 1950s cut white Fascinator. It was nice. It was tasteful. It was long enough. It wasn't short all up her behind. I was like, good going, Porsha. Finally. We don't have to see all your nethers on the screen. I was real happy for her. I was happy for us. Okay. That was a win for us. So she came in, sat down with Bang Bang's friend Paris, who we didn't get to see her again, but she was a very pretty young lady. She seemed nice. She didn't seem to know what the event was for too. So Porsha didn't know what the event was about. Her friend, Bang Bang's friend, Paris, she didn't know what it was about. She was like, she said something about naked. So maybe it's makeup. And I'm like, no, baby, not makeup. Draws. So yeah, that was strange. And then they told about the name of the product or whatever. And so the producers was like telling Porsha, like, oh, y'all names are real. Y'all's companies have similar names. And so Porsha was like, ain't no similar. I've had Go Naked for 10 plus years. I've been established. She said, put some respect on it. And I got you. If she went and got something similar, it's just because she wanted to, because it ain't no, oh, it's similar. No, if anybody, if anything, maybe it's some copying, but it ain't no, okay, it's similar. Kelly and Shamea complained about their heels in the dirt. Common sense. Angela showed up in a very cute, I would give it like orange sherbet. It wasn't quite salmon. It was given like a nice orange sherbet, really soft. It was cut nice. It flattered her. It showed off her height. It wasn't garish. It was very complimentary to her skin tone. It coordinated with her husband. She looked lovely. Angela looked lovely. Oh, and I meant to give her props on that red look in the confessional. Very nice. Very nice. It was the right shade of red, worked with her complexion. Same thing about the orange sherbet outfit at this country club golf derby underwear confusion event, right? But yeah, she looked really nice. Apparently she told Drew what she was going to wear. Drew tried to get like the knockoff version of what Angela was wearing. It was not flattering at all. Drew was up there, you know, looking like a special case cereal box with some peach tulle wrapped around it. It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice at all. Yeah, it wasn't nice. Very confusing, but Angela looked great. Angela looked absolutely great. Cute fascinator, very nice. Loved it. DS say Drew got the Temu version. Very Temu. Very Temu. And it wasn't cute. It wasn't cute. Somebody needs to tell Drew, just because Angela wears it doesn't mean you can. Angela has a different shape than you, a different height than you, different complexion than you. It looked great on Angela. Drew, I'm sorry, baby. You missed the mark. Bad. Real bad. With that one. I don't know why she copied Angela. Like, don't do it again. So anyway, that happened. The lady started talking. The production was actually being kind of, I think the production was kind of peeping the fact that Uncle Charles was off by himself smoking, because ain't no other men show up. And clearly he didn't want to be bothered with them women. Cynthia showed up in tinfoil. No, not really, but really. So these large, oversized, specialty cut silver sequins that were dangling on this dress. And then her fascinator was also this silver tinfoil hat situation. It was crazy. Hey, Jen Jones. It was a little crazy, but you know, cheekbones pretty much look cute and everything except them bad wigs. So as long as the wig is okay, cheekbones looks good. Cheekbones look fine. I didn't understand the baked potato wrapper, but go girl. So anywho, Bang Bang didn't plan enough food. That's when we find this out. So she back there arguing with the people at the caterer and stuff. So she ordered food for the ladies on the cast, but everybody else was supposed to just have cocktails and I guess hors d'oeuvres or small chops or I don't know, tapas. I think she said just cocktails. I'm like, who throws an event and then there's only food for the people on cast? So nobody was supposed to know that you only ordered enough food for the ladies on cast. That was strange. And they were like, oh, we'll fix it. Because the caterer was going around trying to pass out food to everybody. That was interesting. The ladies clowned a little bit, but it was light shade and like they were kind of uncomfortable. And I would have been too. Porsha had an excellent point on that one. Like, Atlanta is hard. If you got events with no food, people gonna talk about you, and they will. Just like they talked about Cynthia's wedding. Put a 3 if you remember that. Y'all remember Cynthia did that wedding, and they were calling it a super spreader event, and they were clowning her because the air conditioner wasn't working and it wasn't no food. And they're gonna end up talking about Brit if she don't stop doing stuff like that. Like, that is crazy. Okay. And Miss Dime, you know, we have you do realize we have the Kentucky Derby here. Like, y'all have derbies there, we have derbies here too. I don't know if you know that, but we do. We do. So the ladies, I feel like, should have known what was expected if it was actually a derby, or if they were actually going to the races. But they were at a country club to play golf in soft dirt in stilettos. But yeah, that was crazy. That was really crazy. But yeah, so good point. I hope she don't throw any other events with no food, because people are going to talk about her really bad. Yeah, then she had the people jammed up in the broom closet. Tide Springs say Cynthia was trying to give futuristic derby. Okay, maybe that was the future, honey. Futurama. So then not only that, then she had gifts, but she didn't bring gifts for all the ladies who were in attendance. She brought gifts just for her castmates, and she gave them boxes with drawers in them. Not pretty boxes, not nice boxes. Shamea clowned her like, girl, the boxes is bare and naked because you ain't even got the tissue paper in them. Nothing, just open the box, drawers. I would have been really uncomfortable with that, but that's what Bang Bang decided to do. We find out that she gave Angela extra large, and I'm like, why would you do that? Angela's not an extra large. Large, okay. Okay. I can see you giving her a large, but an extra large, like, that lady's not big. Bang Bang thinks she's funny, and she's not. I didn't like that. I can't stand Angela, but that was not cute. That was not cute. Why you passing out these drawers? As Shamea say, bare and naked drawers and bare and naked boxes. Just open the box, drawers. No tissue paper, no shredded cutesy paper, no other products in there, no moisturizers. There were no, like the little, what's them little bands, scrunchy bands y'all put on when you're doing your skincare and your makeup and stuff? Like, none of that. Not even like the eye patches for sleeping. Just drawers. Drawers. And then had the nerve, after passing out boxes with just drawers, then you gonna give one of the ladies an extra large. What? That's never gonna make sense to me. That was rude. It was unnecessary, and it was tacky. Bang Bang. It was just as tacky as you only paying for catering for the ladies on the cast, but you invited all them other people and offered them nothing to eat. Just a mess. A mess. Nashina say, I kind of felt bad for Brit, even when her event was terrible, like embarrassing for a housewife. It was. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it. So after the commercial, Porsha, Tide Spring came in deep, y'all. Sis said the packaging may give insight on how Brit views her sexuality. No delicate handling. My Lord. Her digs always fall flat. Yeah, that was not nice to give that lady an extra large. And let me say this. As much criticism as I have for Angela, I was very happy that Angela called her out. I was very happy that Angela called her out, because who do you think you are? Like, that was disgusting. So anyway, after the commercial, we see Porsha asking her, like, what was the motivation for you selling drawers? And so she said after her BBL, all they had was ugly drawers. And so now she wanted to make nice drawers. So I'm like, so is this drawers for just after the BBLs? Is this just fajas? Like, what are you even saying? What are you saying? And she's like, oh, it's supposed to be so form-fitting that you feel like you naked. And I'm like, okay, that may be the motto you came up with, but what's the vision for this? Is this just for people who had surgery? It was just confusing. And she goes into this whole story of how when she launched her insurance company in 2020, that she took all her folks to Miami and everybody could get a surgery, and she was paying for it. And I'm like, You must have took them down there and paid to get their cuticles pushed back. Because did Brit forget what she told us? Let me ask y'all, because y'all know I'm getting old. So I may be, imagining things, right? Didn't Brit tell us that when she started that business, that she started it with her sisters? She said that, right? Put a 2 in the chat if she told us she started that business so her and her sisters would have something. And I'm sure you had other employees, but didn't she say, put a 2 if she said it was with her sisters? And so thank you, since 58. So, and Tide Spring, thank y'all for letting me know I'm not crazy, right? So now she's telling us that you took your employees and everybody went to Miami and everybody could get a surgery and you paid for it. Hey, Fatima, thank y'all for the 2s. Because I'm thinking like Jen Jones say 2 squared. I know that's right, boo. Because I was wondering. Now I'm going to tell you, right, and you needed a GoFundMe to bury your daddy, but you had money to pay for everybody's surgery. You had money, Brit, either you had money to pay for all of your employees' surgery or you didn't. You either had money to bury your daddy or you didn't. If you needed a GoFundMe for your daddy, how the hell did you pay for surgery? Or was y'all up here doing scams on Care Credit? I ain't gonna judge you. I'm from Ocala. I got a lot of friends that Care Credit scams. I ain't gonna call nobody out. Shout out to y'all. I call Christine out because I don't like her. But yeah, shout out to you too, ho. But yeah, she did the Care Credit scams and was over there working at the as a manager at the rental office in one of the apartment complexes and got arrested, and we saw her mugshot and everything. Yeah. I call her out, but I ain't gonna call out nobody else. So, Brit, was you doing Care Credit scams? How was you paying for everybody's surgery? But according to you, you couldn't pay for your daddy's funeral. Y'all needed to GoFundMe. And that was supposed to be the reason why you started the insurance agency. Hey, Alice in Asset Land. Yep, shout out to Christine with her raggedy self. Shout out to you, ho. But then let me tell you the other problem with this story. The other problem with this story is, did she forget we seen what her sisters look like? Not a diss. Not dissing. They're cute girls from what we saw. But did she forget that we saw what her sisters look like? So if you took everybody that was working for you down to Miami, Florida, the Dade County, and paid for everybody to get whatever kind of surgery they want, what did your sisters get? Because we saw your sisters, Brit. Did you take them down there and they could get their cuticles pushed back? You took them down there and they got like their eyebrows waxed. What did they get done? Because we seen what the sisters look like. And them sisters ain't had no surgery. See, Brit just go to line and her lies just start crashing into each other. And Bravo, I'm never going to forgive y'all. If you was going to fire Kenya, y'all should have took this whole too. Because I'm tired. Right. What kind of, she said the procedure of their choice. So apparently she took them down there just to get their eyebrows threaded. Or something. Maybe they got hair plugs. Because we seen your sisters, girl. Novel Beauty, hey girl, and you are a beauty. She said, LOL, I thought I heard it wrong when she said she paid for everybody's surgery. No, you ain't hear it wrong, baby. You heard it just right. That's what that lying hoe said. That's what she said. She think we stupid. Antoinette say the thick sisters, the noses. That's what I'm trying to say. They got their original noses, which are perfectly fine. They do not have a bunch of lipo. They have natural bodies, which is perfectly fine. I think their faces are lovely. All perfectly fine. But we've seen your sisters. So what did you pay for and who you paid for? I just want to know who you paid for. Right. As expensive as the doctors are there in Miami. She's annoying, but I'm just like, listen, it's giving Mia Thornton again. She tells us lies and she forgot that we saw your sisters, man. You already told us that you need a GoFundMe to bury your pappy. Now you got money for surgery for everybody in 2020. Stop it. Maybe they had foot surgery. Maybe one of them had bunions. Bunions is tough. Shout out to the bunion girls. Dime say Brit's sister Cher looks like she had surgery. On what? I'm not playing either. Tell me in the chat what it looked like Cher had surgery on, because I ain't seen it. Like literally I didn't see anything that looked like it was touched. Please tell me what you saw looked like it was touched on Cher or the other one. Now one of them looked like they had been touched by nothing but the Holy Ghost. So what was it? Yeah, beautiful skin. Beautiful girls. Yes, the bunions, Antoinette. Shout out to the bunion girls. I know a lot of pretty girls got bunions. You know, wearing heels too long, cheap heels before you got your money right. You can get a bunion. Sometimes it's genetic. You can get a bunion. You can get a bunion. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. Just saying. It just don't make no sense, all the lies she sat up there and told for no reason. And so Shamea, gave commentary. She didn't say nothing rude. She was just like, hell, I need to work for her because I want me some stuff done. And, she was, I guess, being transparent and sharing a womanly moment that she had her boobs done because they were starting, gravity sometimes wins, girls. Gravity wins sometimes. It does, right? So she got that done. And then this is the second time Shamea talking about she wanted to get the back fat off of her so she can wear a two-piece. And I'm like, Shamea, I have seen the back fat. Is the back fat in the room? But I didn't go too hard on that in the notes. Because I know perception is reality. It don't matter if we don't see the fat on her back. If she feels like it's there, I can respect it. If she feels like it's there, I can respect it. Because you get stuff done to make you based on how you feel. So if she feel like it's there, okay. I just being honest, I don't see it. I think Shamea looks fine the way she is. Nina say heavy on the sometimes bunions are genetic. And they are. And they are. You think Cher, that girl ain't had nothing done to her nose. I don't think Cher had nothing done to that nose. Antoinette say maybe some lip injections. Okay, you met Brit either. You done told us you met her. I believe you too. I believe you met her. Miss Dime say the sister on FaceTime looked natural. Cher looked like her nose surgery is similar to Angela. Yeah, I didn't see that on her nose. Her nose didn't look like Angela's surgery. Angela's the only person I've seen with a clitoris in the middle of her face. I'm going to just say that. I ain't seen nobody else with that. Unless we are talking about LaToya or Michael Jackson. I ain't seen nobody else toting that. I'm just going to be real with you, baby. So yeah, she sat up there telling them lies. Shamea shared her, she probably got a little dysmorphia too. Like I be having dysmorphia. I think Shamea got a little dysmorphia, and that actually made her relatable. I wish she wasn't so terrible so I could like her. DS said maybe they had a hangnail removed. Okay. Maybe. Jen, why I'm too much? What I did. Oh, so you're a Panther too. I also attended Clark Atlanta University, but I won't say the year. Because if you graduated in 2008, I'm clearly old enough to be your mother. Unfortunately. But shout out to a fellow Panther. Love it. So they went through all of that. Then Angela randomly. This was so random. I thought we was going to have real fireworks at this event between Angela, Uncle Charles, and Brit Edie. That ain't what we got. We got Angela trying to be a producer. And I wish she would stop. But we definitely got Angela trying to be a producer. We got Angela just randomly talking about Charles ain't got no side babies. Huh? Girl, is that what you do when you're not the center of attention or you're not the center of conversation? Is that what you do? Like, it's just weird. It was super, super weird. And I don't know why we got that, but that's what we got from her. And that's how we segued into the nonsense between the two of them. And it wasn't even legit fireworks, y'all. Those were not legit fireworks at all. So basically she said that, and she don't have no side, he don't have no side baby. And so Brit Edie said, and I'm not one of Charles' whores. And I was like, okay, I don't like Bang Bang Sleazy for obvious reasons, but fair play, Bang Bang, fair play. At least you ain't threatening to shoot her. Fair play. So then Charles was like, I don't have no hoes. And I'm like, that's cool. And so she was like, well, okay, we just playing. Well, you don't play about some stuff. Okay, that's fine. Apparently, Angela might be scared to talk to you, but Bang Bang ain't scared to talk to you, Charles. You better ask about her. This heifer run around with whips like she is a slave catcher, and she got pistols. Now, she done told us that she's an overseer from the plantation, and she also is from the Wild West. She wasn't scared, and let you know real quick. She was like, well, your wife said that I could be one of your hoes. I say, uh-huh. And he noted it too. He put his hand up like, okay. And he didn't say another word. And I'm sitting there like, Angela, why would you even go there when you know your husband don't play along with your bull crap? Why would you go there when you know your husband don't play along with your bull crap? He don't care that he your husband. If you full of it, he's going to call you out. Why would you do it? So you telling him half the story, then he just sitting there like, I'm going to get some straightening because y'all got my name in it. But then at the same time, you forgot to tell him that you told her she could be one of your hoes. For her to have to tell your husband what you didn't tell him. Oh, I know she got blissed out when she got in the car. I want to know what he said to her when they was alone, but then I kind of don't. Because I feel like we don't need that on camera. Now I would say, yeah, that was odd, Angela's statement, unless they cut it up like that, something was missing. No, because everybody at the table, Novel Beauty was like, dang, Angela, where that come from? And somebody was in the confessional like, see, that's what happened when people bored and ain't got no food. They just started saying stuff. Yeah, she got locks too, Scent. She ain't scared of that man. Bang Bang is a whole prostitute. Them girls live a hard life. They live a hard knock life. She is not scared of him at all. Child, Bang Bang Sleazy was at that table like Miss Sophia. All my life I had to fight, baby. She wasn't scared. She wasn't scared. Listen, she was about to be bone crusher. So I'm outside of the club and he think I'm a punk. I'm like, okay, she gonna go out there to that car and pop the trunk. Okay. She told it. She ain't never scared. All right, Uncle Charles, be careful. You ain't bulletproof. Don't do that. William say Porsha probably was listening to this interaction, sitting back, waiting to slide and child, y'all so slow. I love you, but that's slow. How Porsha even get in this conversation? See, that's the whole point. Those of y'all that hate that girl, I don't believe you hate her. I think y'all obsessed and you're in love with her because Porsha is giving little or nothing, and I can't stop hearing her name. I can't stop hearing her name. Y'all find a way to drag that girl name in everything. Bang Bang done set up here and showed y'all she a gangster for real. And y'all still talking about goddamn Porsha. Bang Bang showed y'all she'll stand up to Uncle Charles when Angela won't. And y'all still talking about Porsha? Shout out to Bang Bang Sleazy. Bang Bang say they don't call me Bang Bang for nothing. We'll get the banging around here. I was tickled. She said, well, your wife said I could be one of your whores. I say, well, sir, no, she didn't shut his mouth too. Because when she said that, he had no more words. I know he told Angela off good in that car. I know he told Angela off good fashion in that car. Because, you know, now you got him out here talking and you ain't told but half the story. I say, girl. I know that was a tough ride home, baby. That was a long ride home. I said, well. So after that, you know, now everybody want to move on and move forward. And Angela like, oh, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that. I bet you are. Now that you done got outed in front of Uncle Charles, I bet you are ready to move on, don't you? Puffy. Now you want to move on. Okay. He got quiet. Then Kelly and Drew went to sparring because Drew was talking to, you know, Bang Bang and, you know, we got any issues or whatever. We'll talk. And Kelly jumped in because all she do is jump in because who the hell talking to her? You know what I'm saying? I think it's a height requirement to be in the mess, and people just be forgetting she there. And so she jumps in. Yeah, when y'all talk, make sure you tell the truth. And so here comes Drew. I always tell the truth. Get to know me. Kelly looked over at Porsha. I was sitting there like, boy, listen. Fredo Baggins got she have her funny moments. I don't like her, but she have her funny moments. She looked over at Porsha like, get to know her. Listen, man, I was tickled. Then she in her confessional, like, all I know about it is that she lied. I said, ooh, this is tough. Tough crowd. Ooh, Lord. Tough crowd. Child, she ain't been with Allstate for a few years now. Come on now, get it right, Andre. I understand you want to take up for Bang Bang. Bang Bang ain't been working for Allstate for a while. Bang Bang online selling courses to tell other people that they can get rich doing real estate. She ain't been working for Allstate for a minute. We was on live digging through her info, baby. You got to catch up. No, Bang Bang was selling monkey. She wasn't selling insurance, but I'm going to leave that alone. Anywho, and so they went back and forth a little bit. And, after Kelly was in the confessional saying, all I know about her is that she be lying. Then Shamea was like, well, since we talking, I want to know how when y'all was having y'all conversation over there, how did I catch a straight? How you end up calling me a lapdog when I wasn't even in the conversation? Then Drew came in here lying again. Oh, because you took back something I said and misrepresented it and twisted my words. No, ma'am, she did not. She went and repeated what you said. And so then production showed exactly what she said, which was this getting ready to pay for PJ whole college. You was trying to be funny. You was. And then they showed the clip of her and Angela plotting a lie. You know I ain't say that. Angela like, yeah, girl, you did say that because we just watched you say it on replay again. Drew is a creepy, weird little lying imp. So anyway, and so the girl was like, no, I did not. That's what you said. And that, Drew, that's what you said. Like, I don't understand people like that. Girl, you said it to her. If you just want to call her a name because you can't get into it with Porsha, then say that. It's so funny. It's just so funny to me. So with the lapdog stuff, Drew always want to do a speech and all that. Shamea went straight ignorant. Drew talking about, I know and this and I was hurt and that's why. And Shamea was like, I ain't listening. A roof. If I'm a lapdog, let me roof. Okay, let me bark over here. Because I'm not finna listen to that. I don't want to hear you calling me lapdog and owning it and all that. And I wasn't mad at her. It was actually kind of funny. It was silly, but it was funny. And I'm really okay with silly and funny. I don't like when we get to the gunplay, gunplay, no lefty, it was a little crazy, scary, spooky, and hilarious at that table. Okay. So I was kind of laughing that she would not let Drew get that little rehearsed speech off. Drew had done, I'm about to sing it. Y'all know I'm about to sing it. She must have rehearsed her lines 1,000 times until she had them memorized. And Shamea wouldn't let her get them off. Shamea talked over her, barked over her, and everything else. And so here comes Drew. How old are you? Implying that she's immature. So she was like, in human years, a dog is. She wouldn't let her get it off. I was hollering. I say, you know what, Shamea, I don't like you, but this is funny. So at that point, everybody was like, yeah, it's time to go because they was getting louder and louder. Bang Bang stood up, y'all, in her all of her polka dot glory and said, look, if y'all need to have side conversations, y'all go and have them. This is a classy place that we at. And I was like, if you say classy one more time, you and your mama and her $30 wigs and that word classy has got to stop. Shout out to Mama Brit. No disrespect, ma'am, but your wigs is giving $29.99 shake and go. But you and your daughter with this classy, we classy. And when they was talking about Kenya, everything, well, we classy. We not like her, we classy. Now she up in here looking like she done Jack Fredericks of Hollywood and wore it outside with a hat to match, talking about we in a classy place. I said, oh God. Girl, you classy, doing catering for 7 people and everybody else just got cocktails. You classy, giving out draws, just draws in empty brown boxes. Is the class in the room? Or is this like that real estate class you selling? I'm going to be quiet because I don't want y'all to think I'm picking on this girl, because I'm not. And so after all that there had happened, people went to getting up and walking out and whatever, you know. And Shamea was taking her time, and Drew is over there talking about some way. Right now, you acting like what she say, old and geriatric and dog years. I'm like, Drew, are you dumb, stupid, or slow? You implied she immature. Now you saying she acting old. Well, which one is it? Is she immature? Is she old? Is she immature? Is she old? Which one is it, Drew? Drew be trying to be clever, and people be online giving her all these extra points. And I'm just like, from why and from where? She's a horrible actress. She's a terrible liar. And your comebacks are dysfunctional. How you gonna call them mature and geriatric at the same time? I'm tired. Then talking about I'm not a dog whisperer or something. I'm just like, now you calling her a dog. Now, if she go to clowning about the fact that you giving Franklin the turtle because your neck keep disappearing into your shoulders, you gonna think she wrong. You gonna think she wrong, Drew. You ain't got room. If she start talking about the fact that you wearing Shar-Peis and Chihuahuas and French poodles on top of your head for wigs, or you were until Porsha saved you with some gold naked hair, you gonna think she wrong. Imagine somebody calling somebody else an animal when you came on RHOA wearing Daniel Boone's coonskin cap. Ma'am, Drew, no ma'am. No ma'am. Angela's not your friend. She's setting you up for failure, girl. Because if she was your friend, she'd have told you way back. Stop. Like my whole face just balled up, you know, like notebook paper. Just why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Yeah, I can't. Yvette, I'm telling you, they do it because her and Porsha don't get along. So because they're angry with Porsha, they're going to pretend like Drew is something special. We've seen weird, creepy liars before. We just watched the whole season of Potomac with Mia Thornton. But, you know, they got a front. Yes. Bianca said, y'all remember that gift that Drew gave, and it was that Dusty A wig? Speaks volumes. Yep. Real bad. I didn't pay attention to her head tonight. What I'm going to say is this. I don't care if her and Porsha fell out. She better keep them wigs, because the wigs she wore before were a crime against humanity. Okay? She going to end up in trouble. She going to be the next one picked up by ICE. I'm going to leave that alone. I almost said something wrong. So anyway, then we get Drew signing her record deal, record contract, and I'm just like, girl, no ma'am. DS said it was an opossum wig gift. Oh wow. So she wanted to talk to Dennis. She asked the guys, Dennis coming? He was like, Dennis will be on Zoom. He not coming in person. He sent a bottle, but he was going to talk in Zoom. Well, I want to talk to him before all of this because of what Porsha said, and I want to give him a chance to clear his name and clear this up or whatever. So she calls him beforehand to ask him about what Porsha said. Mind you, you didn't ask him about them text messages, Drew Sadami. You didn't. And Dennis never denied it. He was like, why you even believe that? Why did you believe it? He didn't say, I never said that. He didn't say, I didn't give her them screenshots. He said, why would you believe it? He never denied anything. So it's giving. You did exactly what that man said you did, because you still cannot, and then was trying to put it on like, oh, you know, it's fabricated lies and me and Porsha need to sit down. No, you want to sit down with Porsha because Porsha will not give you any energy. You're desperate to sit down with Porsha because Porsha will not give you any energy, Drew Sadami. This your 4th season with no storyline, and you were desperate to make her the storyline. and it didn't work out. Like, it literally did not work out. Hey, Antonio Anthony, welcome. So, girl, you can holler all day about fabricated. Do you want to explain them text messages? Do you want to explain it? Because Dennis gave Porsha them text messages. He gave them to her. Angela done seen them. The text messages, conversation about the text messages, what was in the text messages is already circling. Not only did she show it to Angela, she showed it to your husband, Ralph, the one that you was on screen with him feeding you with his naked hands. So, Ralph done seen it, Porsha done seen it, Angie done seen it, Dennis the one gave it to him, and you up here trying to convince us that it's fabricated. Girl, the only thing fabricated is the storyline you trying to feed us about you and Ralph and Dennis. This is all fake. I don't believe any of it, honey. So, oh yeah, me and Porsha got to talk. We got to sit down. And girl, no, you don't. You want to sit down. At this point, just text her and beg her, girl, please sit down with me because I need a big scene. Just text her, ask her. So then we get Porsha going to Phaedra house. I need a BC paddle. Hold on. If I am to get through this scene with Porsha and Phaedra, wow, it was, I'm gonna say this. Phaedra gave me more than what I thought she was gonna give me. I didn't have high hopes because I was just like, okay, we're gonna have to get them in, like, you know, on a trip or something before Phaedra put out. Nah, Phaedra gave us some gold, but they gave us some bull crap first. And the reason why I say that they gave us some bull crap first, they come in or whatever, they greet each other, they speak, they hug, and then we go straight to Phaedra's greatest hits. Let me say this. Hold on, let me take my BC because I'm not joking or playing. Thank you. Management. But they covered all of Phaedra's greatest hits. They showed the bad moments, the stuff with Candy, the stuff with her and Nene, the stuff with her and Kenya, her funny moments, this and that. All the drama with what she repeated from what she heard and told Porsha, and Porsha repeated in the reunion. Let me tell you something. I didn't need that. I was low-key crossing my fingers that we wouldn't even have to revisit that. And I'm going to tell you why. If they wanted to revisit that, they should have brought her back the next season. Period, point blank. All these years later, I don't want to hear nothing else about it. I'm going to just tell you the truth. Yes, Cent 58. Listen, my body is like 40% BC powders. Like, that's the only thing I take. It made me so sick. I'm just like, why are we sitting through this? Y'all are wasting valuable screen time showing us scenes that we already seen. We don't need to see old scenes to remind us Phaedra is funny. We know Phaedra is funny. That's why Phaedra's back. We know Phaedra's funny. That's why Phaedra's back. Phaedra's valuable. Phaedra has something to offer. That is why she's there. Which, again, not to beat this dead horse, is why I'm really surprised at the decision they took when it came to Kenya Moore. Kenya is valuable. Kenya has something to offer. P.S. I don't like her either. But the truth is just the truth. Y'all should have suspended Kenya for a few episodes and brought her back. And you should have suspended Bang Bang for the same number of episodes, because we never had some, you know, extra gangster, hood rat, prostitute chick threatening people with firearms. But there's no way we should have had the rest of the season without Kenya, and we got Phaedra there. We need balance. And let's be honest, these new girls are weird and messy, but they cannot balance out the Phaedra and Porsha of it all. Say what you want to say, take it any way you want to take it. Them two get together, they are a freaking force. And I'm not saying it's bad, but what I'm saying is, if there's nothing to counterbalance that, it's going to be mess. It's going to be crazy. They're going to be having fun, running circles around these new goofballs. That's what you're going to get. And that's okay for maybe a scene or two, maybe even an episode. but there's no balance there now. You don't have Candy to balance it out, which Candy ain't that great, but at least it offers some balance to that energy. Then y'all go get rid of Kenya for the rest of the season when you could have easily said we're going to suspend her for 4 episodes and brought her right on back in. Like straight up, y'all could have suspended both of them chicks for 4 episodes, brought them both back if you want to. Bang Bang really don't serve no purpose, but you could have brought her back too. So I'm sitting here like, okay, we got to do the greatest hits. Then we get all of that. Oh, she regrets how she left the group or whatever. And it's like, she still ain't going to apologize for what she said, because I feel like she feel like what she heard, it was the truth, and so she repeated it. She still ain't apologizing. All she said was, I regret how I left the group. And I'm like, wow. And y'all took us back all them years for no good reason. For no good reason. So anyway, that kind of irritated my nerves. And then they start talking about, you know, the dating and stuff. And Porsha's like, you know, she ain't ready for that. And I'm like, okay, you shouldn't be, because stop looking for fairy tales, big dumb girl. It didn't happen with Cordell. You were the beard. It didn't happen with the other rich dude that you ended up having the miscarriage from, because he was young and immature and he didn't want no family. You wanted a fairy tale and he wanted to knock the boots. It didn't happen with Dennis, because Dennis is a compulsive whore. And according to Tasha K, he liked girls and puppies. It didn't happen with Granddaddy, because he's got a gummy worm and bad papers and fake IDs. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. So I'm glad to hear that Porsha's finally going to sit on her little tail and stop looking for a fairy tale. It's not coming. And let me throw this in too. I know y'all ain't asked for this, but I'm going to say it. I think that Porsha is so desperate for that fairy tale because she's trying to make up for what her mama got robbed of. If I'm reaching, y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all know I ain't sensitive like that. I'm sensitive about my likes and my bubbles, but I'm not sensitive about that. If I'm reaching, please let me know. I feel like she felt like her life was fairy tale perfect with the family, the background, and all of that. And then her daddy cheated on her mama with Lauren's mama. And then her fairy tale got blew to hell. And she did let us know, you know, how she used to feel having to go visit her daddy over at their house. And now Lauren had the mama and the daddy and the fairy tale unit that she once had. And I think that Porsha has been trying to recreate that. And I think that she needs some, you know, she needs to sit down with somebody, because you're not going to recreate it. First of all, no, Lauren's mother was not the original wife. She was not. Go find out and come back. No, she was not. But I think that until she deals with that, she's going to keep trying to recreate something that is not real. Like, do good families happen with, you know, mamas, daddies, babies, and all that? It happens, but life also happens too. And life is messy. And sometimes things don't go perfect. And she needs to, I think that she got a habit of trying to cope by overcorrecting and making things worse. Just like she tried to cope with the perfect life with Cordell not working by, oh, now I'm the princess of Thoughtlandia. Like, girl, bye. That was never believable. I think people wanted to believe it, but I never did. It was just like you acting out because you made a donkey out of yourself. My husband allowed me. My husband said, oh, my husband. And then when he didn't want a beard no more, he left you high and dry. And then she went to coping. And I think that she keep trying to cope. And I really hope she stops, because, girl, this was ending up with a granddaddy with a gummy worm that can't, you know, girl, with bad papers and fake IDs. Girl, fairy tale is not worth all that. I swear it's not. Bianca said, I agree, Seanitra, and that's her natural feelings to work through. But she can't fight that battle. She need to create her own narrative. She do. And she probably need to go and get some therapy, sit on somebody's couch. And I feel like therapy don't help some people because they go to therapy and they still be lying, like Drew. When you go to therapy, you got to really tell them people what's going on in your head so they can help you. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. So I was, you know, I said all that to say this. I was happy to hear her say that, no, I'm not ready to date. I can't deal with that right now. And I kind of sort of want to believe her, because the way she tried to take Ralph's head off and then had to kind of like apologize in a way like, oh, I don't really like husbands right now. Like, girl, you angry. You angry. And you're not angry because you loved, you're not angry because you loved Simon. You're angry because your little fairy tale that you cooked up in your brain got boop, shattered again. Novel Beauty say, I feel Porsha is chasing what Shamea has. She want her friend's lifestyle. Girl, that's crazy as hell. Because what was the excuse of her marrying Cordell? What was the excuse of her going after that other boy that she ended up getting a miscarriage from? What was the excuse? Because Shamea ain't been married to Gerald all this time. She haven't. This about her mama and her daddy. That's what this is about. You know, Shamea was married before Gerald. This ain't her first husband. She had a husband before this. That's the one that was beating her up. Yep, that explained all them weddings. She want a fairy tale, and it's not going to happen because real life is not Disney. Like, I don't know who need to say this to her. And let me say this. The bottom line is Candy low-key was trying to tell her some real stuff. She went about it in a not nice way. When y'all remember when Porsha was like running 100 miles an hour with Dennis, it's like, you don't understand, girl. Candy was telling her you moving too fast, but she didn't want to hear from Candy. You know, I don't like Candy, but listen, when you right, you right. Candy was right. Porsha looking for something that's not real. It's not real. It is an illusion. It's an illusion. Yes, she has a son that's older than Porsha, but I mean, like, that don't change the facts. That don't change the facts. That man was cheating on Diane with Miss Lisa. Then when him and Diane got divorced, he ended up marrying Miss Lisa, and now they claim to be friends and stuff. Or did y'all forget? Okay, since people doubt my memory, and y'all know I might not remember if I ate today, but I remember that gossip. Put a 7 in the chat if y'all remember. I think it was year before last. Everybody got mad because Miss Diane made a joke and said, girl, you slept with my man about Miss Lisa. And then Porsha ended up going on live to be like, look, mama was joking. We all close. We all family. My mama and Miss Lisa's friends. That's old stuff. Water under the bridge or whatever. Everybody was mad at Diane for cracking that joke, which I told y'all every joke got a little bit of truth. I feel like Diane is probably cool with Miss Lisa, but I do think she held it in the back of her mind like, girl, we cool now, but you did sleep with my husband. That's the bottom line. If y'all remember that, put a 7 in the chat because I remember it clearly. I remember exactly how it went. I know people online keep trying to rewrite history that Diane went with Lisa's husband, but that's not true. That man was married to Diane, and Miss Lisa was over there popping coochie. Shout out to Miss Lisa. Okay? Now that's how that went. That is how that went. Okay? Love my kids. Welcome. She says she's new to the channel, sending love to you and your chat. Thank you so much. Listen, y'all, welcome Love My Kids to the chat. Please subscribe. Please come back. We're happy to have you. Y'all spam the chat with welcome for Love My Kids. I appreciate the support, sis. That's all I'm saying. Like, Porsha need therapy. And that's not a diss. Hell, we all got different things that we're damaged by just during the course of life. And we all need tools because therapy just give you tools to deal with your stuff. She need therapy. Like, straight up. Everybody was taught by their mama. What are you talking about? Were you not taught by your mother? Were you not taught by your mother? Like, please, come on. Catch up. Don't fall behind. Everybody mama taught them unless your mama wasn't nothing. I don't know anybody wasn't taught by their mama unless their mama just wasn't there. I'm just saying. And I would go so far as to say Porsha ain't been listening to her mother. Because one thing about it, and two things for sure, what we do know is that we ain't seen Diane jumping up running behind men. Her daughter running, chasing men, trying to get the fantasies. We ain't seen Diane run behind no man. We ain't seen Diane with no wedding. We ain't seen a whole bunch of man friends. Like, we ain't seen none of that action. So I beg to differ. I really do. Somebody, that story don't add up to me. It don't add up to me. It's given she should have been following her mama, but she wasn't. Bianca said, and maybe this our way of seeing Porsha through this process. Okay, she's trying to separate her mom's beef from Shamea and vice versa. Yeah, I could see that, when neither of them should be in their parents' issues. But that's true. That's true. But I'm going to say this. Y'all know for a fact, girls will inherit their mama's beef. Thank y'all for welcoming Love My Kids. Yep, Candy did warn her. She did. She did. Definitely warned her. Oh, and I see the sevens. Okay, so I'm not crazy. I'm not the only one that remember clearly what happened with that situation. Mm-hmm. And thank y'all for the sevens. You know, sometimes I have to check in with y'all to make sure I'm not crazy, because I can, you know, maybe I'm crazy. Thank you, Love My Kids. Mm-hmm. Deborah said there was a woman between Disney. Listen, all I know is Porsha felt like she lost a fairy tale when her daddy was out there hopping and ended up married to another woman. And I personally believe, I could be wrong, I could be reading her completely wrong, but I believe that Porsha's trying to recreate what she thinks she lost. And I think she needs to go heal. And not with her coochie. Maybe that's why she thinks she can do it like that. Maybe she feel like somebody else coochie came in and tore up her mama house, so she gonna use her coochie to get everything back. Whatever is going on, I know that sounds crazy because I talk crazy, but sometimes your brain subconsciously can like have you operating in ways like that without you consciously like realizing what you're doing. But that's what I personally think. So like I was saying, I'm happy she says she ain't dating. Thank God, finally, you know, good God. Belize and JB say Porsha living in La La Land. Mm-hmm. Well, at least she was. I don't know, Belize and JB. The court is still out. She says she's not dating. Let's see if she sits idle for about 2, 3, 4 years. Like, stay by yourself 2, 3, 4 years. You know, let it breathe and go get some help. And not Dr. Jeff, not the guy that be on TV. Go talk to a real therapist and get some help. That's all I'm saying. And then try to have a healthy relationship with somebody that's not you trying to recreate some type of weird fantasy. Bianca saying we will Seanitra because can't nobody come for mine. But for public broadcast, they need to keep it cute because this is what haters want. That's true. That's true. Nina Jesus say you don't sound crazy at all. Lots of women are trying to use their kudos to create Disney fiction. Yo, you crazy, but I love it. No, she's not dating Future. Simon jumped out with that and Future straightened him and it was all over the blogs. Nate Vardy is straightening him all on the blogs that he was not going with no darn Porsha. Tide Spring said, you right. Porsha saw that Lauren's mom got her happy ending. Hello? And she been trying to recreate it by hook or by crook ever since. That's what I see. That's what I see. Girl, she can't have no successful marriages because she's marrying men that she don't have no real connection to. A marriage can't be successful when it ain't no real connection. Diane ain't making her fail no marriages. The marriages is failing because of who she marrying. Okay, tell me this. Because y'all know I like to address irrational thought. I do. How was that mess with Granddaddy Simon gonna work? He got fake papers, fake IDs. He done been deported one time and snuck back over him. He owe all kind of money. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. He won't talk about the money. So how was that going to last? Did Diane make him get deported and come back? Did Diane give him fraud charges in the 80s? Did Diane give him all them denied applications for citizenship? Did Diane possibly hook him up with the plug who gave him all them fake IDs? And with Cordell, was Diane the one that told Cordell, go on out there and free your Bucci pop? Go out there and free your Bucci cat. Was Diane the one that spreaded his cheeks and told him, go out there and live your best life, Cordell? Diane ain't got nothing to do with that. Porsha is picking the wrong men because she's not getting genuine connections. She's operating in her damage. She's operating within her trauma. and she's just grabbing dangerous, dysfunctional situations because she's trying to recreate something that was never real to begin with. Now that's what she's doing. Girl, yeah, Dr. Jeff is the true definition of a quack. I totally agree. Meaning we gonna let her live her life, but it don't change nothing I said. All us gonna live our lives. Y'all kill me with let her live. Are we trying to take her life? I'm just telling the truth. She need to heal. Because if not, she gonna get another weirdo and she's gonna be trying to create a fantasy around this weird person because she still got them issues with her daddy and with what her daddy did to her mama. And I don't know what the household was like after that schism, after that break, but she need to go talk to somebody. That's all I'm saying. Go talk to somebody. That's not a diss. And I don't know when Black women are going to accept that going to a therapist is not a diss. There's no stigma in getting help for your mental health. That's like saying it's a stigma for getting a tooth pulled when you got a cavity. Like, stop it. Love my kids. Thank you for the super chat. She said, can't date if you marry in 0.0 seconds, right? Porsha need to sit home and enjoy her baby's young years. Very insecure. I don't even know if it's insecure, but definitely operating in trauma. Thank you for the super chat. And you're right. She need to chill for a minute. Just get herself together. That's all. Because, like, she going to do this 3-4 more times. She's a pretty girl. She can catch a few of them. And look like she catch millionaire after millionaire. But money don't make the man. And money won't make that man be a healthy, good partner for you if he's not. You can take a lot of good trips and go shopping in the meanwhile, but it's just going to end the same way every time. What's she going to do? Become an expert at divorce? Like, she got better at it this time than she was with Cordell. But how many divorces before you say, okay, I need to stop repeating the same toxic, dysfunctional behavior? That's all I'm saying. Like, why keep doing it? Doesn't make sense. Go get help. Hello? Yvette say, right, therapy. As wrong as Porsha may have been with Simon, everyone hating her so hard for it are probably a lot like Porsha, or we all know someone like Porsha. A lot of them hating her real bad. They got other trauma. Somebody that was probably real cute done tore up their life before. So now anybody that they consider attractive or to have desirability on their side is naturally demonized in their mind. So, rational thought goes out the window. Deborah said, I don't think Porsha knew Simon's entire legal situation. No, she didn't. I believe that. However, she did say Gerald told her about the red flags and she ignored it. Yeah, her and Shamea said that Gerald tried to warn her about Simon. She was 100 miles an hour at that point. She thought, I'm going to get my fairy tale, my happily ever after. That's what she thought. Belize and JB say she's going to end up like Elizabeth Taylor. I hope not. Aside from the fact that Liz didn't ever need no facelift, I hope she don't end up like Liz. Liz had a bunch of husbands, her and Zsa Zsa Gabor. Okay? So listen. So then that's when Phaedra tells her she going with a 30-year-old. So Phaedra lets her know she hunching somebody that's darn near a kid, which is creepy. They high five and then kick. And I'm like, wow, I don't want no friends like this in my life. If I go tell one of my girlfriends I done left Papa and I'm dating a 30-year-old, all of them gonna be like, Hooker, are you on horse tranquilizers? Are you okay? They probably come in with pastors, blessed oil, the whole prayer warrior band, the deliverance ministry. Porsha up there, girl, No, why are you hee-hee-heeing? Like, Phaedra, that's creepy. Like, that's never gonna be okay. So they talking about their true friendship and they done had their ups and downs. And Phaedra like, oh, anytime we ride each other, it's like riding a bike. We found out Porsha hadn't been to this house of Phaedra's. They've been seeing each other, but they'd be out. So this was the first time at the house. And I'm like, okay, cool. She mentioned people coming down to the studio or whatever. And she's saying, or the shop or whatever the place is. And she says she met Kelly and she's like, oh, Kelly's so cute and tiny and I love tiny people. And I'm like, Phaedra, you're not exactly a tall person, but okay. And she was like, oh, I could just collect them all. I just love all the littles. And I said, okay, you can have them because little people scare me real bad. That's for all y'all in the chat too. If you're under 5'5", you win. Whatever's going on, you win. I'm not fighting you. Y'all are mean and rough little people, and I don't want none. Okay, but Phaedra says she like all the little people, little Duval, little Mama, little Kelly. She like all the littles. Okay, she called Brit a lady about town. Now this is where the old Phaedra came in, messy and shady as hell with all the gossip. Yes, are you one of them little short folks, y'all? I'm scared of y'all. My granddaddy was short. I don't play with y'all short people. No. Y'all are little bullies. Y'all be doing stuff to people. Yep, I'm scared of you. Sure am. And I'm not afraid to say it. Yep. Dina say, well, I'm 5'5" and a quarter, so I'm tall. Nope, I'm scared of you too. You did not know. Scared of you too. Y'all ain't finna jump on me. So listen. Okay. You're right, Bianca. Let me put the StreamYard in case somebody got something to say, because I definitely want to hear it, and I got time, okay? And I got plenty of cold things to drink, okay? Believes in JB say I'm 5'7". Okay, so then that means you're not gonna beat me up. I like you. I like the short people too, but I be watching them. I'm cautious around the short people because y'all are bullies. Y'all are little bullies, okay? So look. Called her a lady about town. And Porsha was like, a lady about town. She was like, yeah, before she got married, she was known as the lady about town, and she got more bodies. She got more bodies than Willie Watkins. I said, hey, more bodies than Willie Watkins. Jesus, Phaedra? I said, yep, Phaedra's back. The good old Phaedra is back. Love my kids. Say I'm 5'3" and shrinking at this age, height. And not width, unfortunately. That's okay. Keep your width, girl. At a certain age, you ain't supposed to be losing all that weight, no way. But if you 5'3", scared of you too. Don't jump on me, okay? I'm gonna be nice. I don't want to get beat up. I don't. But yeah, say she's had a few suitors. She's had a few suitors. She was trying to say it nice, but still being shady and messy. I said, oh, wow. She came with the come on. I say, leave it to goddamn Phaedra. Then now when she mentioned Shamea, Porsha was ready to go in on Shamea. I don't know if y'all caught that. Porsha was ready to go in on Shamea. It just didn't go right because Phaedra was like, oh, I see her down there all the time. Shamea is good people. At that point, it was nothing else that Porsha could say was, yep, Shamea good people. But that ain't what she wanted to say. If y'all caught it, let me know in the chat. I caught that. Porsha was ready to, spill on Shamea. But then when Phaedra was like, yeah, she be down all the time. Shamea is good people. I had worked with her on this and that, and Shamea good people. Porsha ain't had nothing to say because then the conversation wouldn't have flowed. You would have been the one. You would have had to be the one. I gave birth to a Leo. Y'all some firecrackers. Y'all tough. I don't want no trouble. I'm gonna be so nice to you. I don't want no trouble. Yep, she really didn't. Yeah, she was about to say something, but because Phaedra was praising Shamea, she didn't have room to say nothing. Porsha was finna say something. You caught that cent 58. Me and you, we here. Yeah, she caught herself, but it was still all over her face. It was written all over her face. She didn't have to say a word. I caught that. So she pulled it back in. She was like, yeah, Shamea good people. I was like, Then they mentioned about Drew, and she told about the whole Dennis gossip or whatever. And so Phaedra was in a confessional, because she was like, oh, Drew working with Dennis. She was like, she's selling hot dogs. And she was like, no, but I heard she might have been sitting on one child. And so Phaedra in the confessional, like, girl, the word on the street is Drew like tacos. I said, oh. Phaedra's back. I said, ooh, see, this is the type of stuff that I don't think Drew, Bang Bang, Frodo Baggins, Angela, I don't think none of them ready for the Phaedra of it all. Let me tell you something. Being fair, and I'm not a Phaedra fan. I didn't like her when she first came on the show. She's had moments where I could tolerate her and everything. But listen, if we couldn't get Nene, next best thing. Because Phaedra gonna say some stuff. Phaedra gonna say some stuff, and you gonna, you know, even if your pearls are not on, you're going to clutch the area where they normally lay. I said, oh, Phaedra's back. Phaedra's back. Phaedra was over there soft petting and cheating them people down to the Medicare. Them old dried up twigs over there at the Medicare house. She was cheating the hell out of them. She over here, both barrels, blazing, high noon. Got fight at the OK Corral. I said, Gato Mighty Mo. First episode, Phaedra, we firing off like that. The word on the street is Drew like tacos. That's what the people saying about her. Hey, no. Brisha, Drew was lying this episode. And production showed what she said, and she's still saying, I didn't say that. All Drew do is lie. All she do is lie. I'm tired of her. I'm sick of her. We've been watching her live for 4 seasons. And I feel like they sick of her too. Because I forgot who was it. Was it Justin J? It was somebody pointing out the fact Andy ain't even had home watch What Happens Live. And they not giving her no nice edits either. Them edits been rough. I think everybody's sick of Drew Sadami. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of her lying husband. I'm sick of her bad kids. I'm sick of her sister following her around like she baby D from next Friday. I'm tired. Like, I'm tired of her. I'm tired. Everything about her is tired. Tired. Sick of it. Literally all she does is lie. The first episode of this season, she sat there and told 3 lies back to back, sitting up there in Shamea's closet. Porsha, I told you. Porsha, we talked about it. Well, I text you. Well, you didn't text back, but we talked about what? Dennis said he was gonna talk. So did you talk to her? Did Dennis tell you he talked to her? Did you text her and she ain't called? Like, which one was it? That girl sat up there and told 3 lies back to back in one conversation. I noticed that's the new like catchphrase circulating on social media. Y'all know it's my business to check social media. That's the newest catchphrase for people trying to defend Drew Sadami. Or what Phaedra called her tonight, Drew Silla. That's the new catchphrase trying to defend Drew Silla. Can't nobody prove she lied. She been lying for 4 seasons. Drop it with Drew. I done lost this many pounds. I had a mommy makeover and we looking at the same body. Even now, shaped up like a special case cereal box. What happened to the mommy makeover? Lying heifer. What happened to all them pounds with Drop It with Drew and we ain't seen not 1 pound drop? What happened to the mess between you and Sonya? What happened to, I talked to you, Porsha? No, you didn't. Well, Dennis said he was going to talk to you. Well, did you talk to her or did Dennis tell you he was going to talk? All she do is lie. She sat up there. I ain't say that for production to roll that beautiful bean footage. This getting ready to pay for PJ whole college. I never said that. I'm sick of her. But that's my whole point, Brisha. You know I call them all out for lying. But Drew is just the worst. She's the worst. The worst. The worst. I can't stand her. She been lying nonstop since she got there. Drew lie on a level with Mia, but nowhere near as entertaining. Thank you. Now that's a valid point. I want y'all to stop what you're doing and pay attention to this comment from Peanut. Mia tell ridiculous lies, but a lot of Mia lies be funny as hell. When Mia sat up there and told her people was paying her thousands of dollars to put her big old mud mashers on their chest and stuff, oh, that was funny. That was effing funny. When Mia said her Bigfoot tail up there talking about, oh, I got my money because I was an heiress. And we like, girl, in the nursing, not the nursing home, in the foster home with the drug addicted parents that was in prison, you was an heiress from who? Like, Mia's lies be ridiculous, but they're entertaining. Drew's lies are just annoying because when you catch her in it, she doubles down, or she'll start crying and storm off, or she'll just tell another lie that's equally as ridiculous. You catch Mia in a lie, she's like, okay, well, that's not true. But what happened was, it was another Yeti that stopped by and we were modeling swimsuits. And like, she'll tell you some stupid lies that's hilarious. Drew ain't even entertaining with these lies at this point. I'm sick of Drew. I can't take no more. Mm-mm. Either she gonna have to tell some lies that's more entertaining or she need to go away. Because at this point, Drew has proven she can't stop lying. So either she needs to go, maybe she can contract with Mia because Mia need a check right now. Let Mia write your lies for you. Let Mia be your ghostwriter because I'm tired. Like, I'm literally tired and over it with Drew. And I think they are too, because why she ain't been on Watch What Happens Live? That's all I'm saying. Why? It's giving they tired of her too. So anyway, then after Phaedra let us know that the people on the streets is saying that Drew like tacos, but if you let Drew tell it when she's sitting up there with Carlos King lying for the hell of it, Ralph just wanted to bring that up about me and Ty. Like Ralph the one told us about you and Ty, baby. Mimi told us. Candy didn't save you. She didn't explicitly say you, yeah, she doing it, but she didn't save you. And then Rashida told it. Ralph told it after. And now Phaedra saying that the people on the streets of Atlanta is talking about the fact that you like to eat tacos, not just on Tuesday. Pitiful. So then she asked her about Angela, but she was like, because she don't know Angela. So she was like, she asking her like, girl, I heard some drama, not drama, but heard some gossip. So Phaedra leaned in with her little messy tail talking about, girl, I heard Charles Oakley done got married and his wife on there. When she said it, I was like, now them girls said, and people in town don't even know this man married. That's how free and loose he is. They say Unc so free and loose, people don't even know he married. I said, after Phaedra said that, y'all, I was like, did Angela get on this show to make sure people know he married? Like he can't hide that he married now because now you on RHOA. Because Phaedra was asking Porsha like she heard some tea. Like, girl, I heard Charles Oakley done got married and his wife on the show. And Porsha was like, you ain't know that man married? She said, no. I say this is what we needed. We needed a couple of them old school messy heifers. Porsha wasn't never the messiest. That's why she can't really bring it like she need to bring it. Baby, they brought in old school messy Phaedra. And baby, she did not disappoint. I say, oh my God. Porsha went to laughing, but she ain't add nothing to it. But she was like, you ain't know that man was married. And all she could do was really laugh. And I was like, oh no. Yep. Drew behaves rehearsed in most scenes, which is a form of lying and lies on top of that. Yep. Just very deceptive, very disingenuous. You're right. Even say I would have rather another season of LaToya than us getting more Drew. And you're right about that. Very embarrassing. Okay. Say I'm over them scaring off the husband. Don't bring your husband on that show. That's all I can say. You know what happened on there? Either you gonna get a divorce or he going to jail if he doing something crooked. Or at this point, you might get deported. Love my kids say Drew's mommy said she was helping with the kids. Oh, girl, we talked about that last week. Let's straighten it out. LaToya was horrible. She was really, Toyota Forever was terrible. When she was up there asking Kenya about her pocketbook at the dinner table and her drawers, and I was, I feel like when they got rid of Toyota, they should have got rid of Drew too. So listen, so that happened. They laughed for a little bit. They told Porsha told Phaedra about the Grenada trip, and then she was like, well, let me call, because I guess Shamea was the one who told Porsha. So she called Shamea to make sure it was cool. And Shamea was like, well, let me get Kelly on the phone. And so Porsha told Kelly, both of them, like, hey, I told Phaedra about the trip. She's free to go. She's free, you know, if she can go. And they both said it was cool. So she was checking with the host to make sure it was cool. And I was like, wow, amazing concept. That's all Angela had to do was like, hey, I know it's your birthday. Can I bring Drew? Instead, you know, I'm going to just spring it on you and get mad if you don't give us a reaction. You know, that's right. Divorce, jail, or deported. That's what you're going to get coming on that show if your stuff ain't right. So listen. Then we get Phaedra's recap at the end of the show, y'all. Phaedra's recap at the end of this show was classic. I say, oh yeah, this heifer working for every dollar they agreed to pay her. Phaedra's recap was for this season. She said we got strawberry shortcake on steroids, talking about Kelly. She called Drew the fluid friend Drusilla. I said, I'm so dead. She called Brit a woman about town. Shamea was sweet Shamea, and Angela is the secret wife of Charles Oakley, and called the whole thing a buffet of foolishness. I said, have mercy. Have mercy. I said, now see, these new girls, they about to be uncomfortable. Phaedra is coming in with old school RHOA messiness, like old school level RHOA messiness. I say, not the woman about town and Charles Oakley's secret wife and calling Drew the fluid friend. Listen, because Drew up here on Carlos King trying to do damage control because Ming Lee over there on Basketball Wives questioning Ty about hunching Drew and Ty lying because and so she over there doing damage control and whatnot. Oh, no, we were just friends. We talking. I said, oh, so now you Biz Marquis. Now you Biz Marquis. And here come Phaedra with the old school messiness. See, Drew ain't never had to share the screen with Phaedra. She don't know how messy Phaedra can get. This is why I said there's no way in hell. There's no way in hell Kenya should be gone. We need Kenya there, Phaedra there. I know we can't get Nene back for whatever reason. Like, that's just, you know, that ship has sailed. But who else can give us some more good mess? Because them two right there between Kenya and Phaedra, good mess. We can get some good mess out of them two. Solid mess out of them two chicks. Solid mess. Y'all give me a third one that really would have helped drive it home. Peanut say, if Peasant made her talk about blank, I don't know what they're gonna do. Yeah, I don't know. Because I know for a fact, the Peasant, Bang Bang, her mouth cannot keep up with Phaedra. Kenya mouth can't really keep up with Phaedra if we keeping it 100. And she wanted to shoot Kenya. Girl, she might try to run Phaedra over with her car. Say they really are, and they aren't gonna know what to do. Yeah, they're not gonna know what to do. If we had Kenya and Phaedra, and let me see, and Marlo, I'll take them three. If we could get them three with three new child, listen. Yes, honey, the secret wife of Charles Oakley. Now we see why Angela got a problem with Phaedra. Hey, it ain't her fault your husband didn't let nobody know he was married. Why that man hiding you? You a pretty lady. Aside from what you did to your nose, why he hiding you? Gifted say they could have told Phaedra's story without Kenya part. Yeah, I don't care about that. I want Kenya back on the show. Stat. Nisa say that's why Andy brought Phaedra back to get a show some life because it needed it. Oh yes, Phaedra brought a defibrillator. Clear. Amanda K said I ain't watched it, but y'all are rate. What are y'all rating this episode? We ain't there yet. Sheree, ooh, Evolution. What up, boo? If we had Sheree, Kenya, and Phaedra, baby, that would have been an old messy mix. Old messy mix. And you know Porsha like a layup. Like if you put it up there, she'll tip it in. Just like when Shamea called Angela Michael Jackson or LaToya Jackson, and that fool said, hee. She good for the tip in. She'll tip it in. But if we could get Sheree, Kenya, and Phaedra on the same, baby, mess, pure mess. I I mean, people saying that, but the people that write the checks ain't saying that. You know, people on the internet make up a lot of stuff, and most of it be lies. Antoinette said, disagree. Kenya's shtick is as stale as 19-day-old catfish. Yeah, I don't need her shtick, but I need her to play off them chicks. We need balance. I mean, how old is the mugshot? I'm just saying. She don't even bring the mugshot energy to the show. That ain't what she giving us. No, hell no, Peachy King. Hey, boo. We do not want Clawfoot. She was a one and done for a reason, and she ain't got over it yet. Marlo, Kenya, Phaedra, Nene, and Porsha. Well, you just trying to bring back the whole old cast now. I need 3. Oh, and I saw some of y'all comments last week, which y'all line up for the house moms of Atlanta, or the house mom show. Because I feel like we need a show with just the moms from the housewives. That would be lit. I saw some people with some bomb ideas in the replay comments. No, Kenya might be your girl, regardless of the situation. I don't like Kenya, but Kenya's good for TV when she has a strong personality to play off of. Real good for TV. Last season wasn't that great because she didn't have nobody to play off of. Her and Candy was trying to have like an alliance, but like both of them are like, they're not main characters in my opinion. Both of them need a strong character to play off of, and there was nobody there. Like the girls that was there, you could tell Kenya was bored last season. She didn't have nothing to really do. It just wasn't given. Sonya wasn't giving anything strong. Sheree is not one of them strong personalities. It didn't give. It really didn't give. To be honest. The season before that either, really, because they were trying to like, use Porsha as like the sounding board, but Porsha's not that strong of a personality. Porsha's got a big personality. She's fun, playful, or whatever when she not being like she is this season. But she's not really the strongest person. You need somebody that's like really bold, brash, Brisha said she liked the new direction of the new girls, but I need Marlo messy self as a friend. She was the first one to call out that Porsha was messing with Simon during their last reunion together. I would want Marlo back as a full-time Peach. Unpopular opinion. Get rid of Andy and bring back Nene. I agree with that. Because I don't like Andy either. 411? Nope. I believe you sweet too. If you say you sweet, I'm agree with you. I told you I don't tussle with y'all. Nope. Whatever you say, you win. You'll never fool me and beat me up. Love my kids say lawyer married to a felon who grew up eating out of cans since his mama couldn't cook. Phaedra can't say anything, not a word. Yes, she can, and she said a whole lot of them. And the type of personality Phaedra got is, even if you mention that to her, she's gonna counter that, and then she's gonna drag you. And that's what I like. Because you can't run anything that's part of your life and is true. You can't run from your truth. But once that person take that, eat that, address that, and then drag you, what do you have left? Like, you got to be able to really come with something. They showed a clip of Nene tonight. They've showed clips of Nene before. This ain't their first time showing a clip of her. Ashley says she became my girl after the world turned their back on her, but I know she's a tough cookie. Yeah, I did, talk up for Kenya with the situation with Bang Bang Sleazy because I didn't think it was right. And I'm going to always do that. That's still a black woman at the end of the day. If you do something wrong to her, I feel like any type of platform that we have as black women, we have a responsibility to call out the bullcrap. That's a responsibility. That don't make her my girl. Like, that don't make her my favorite. That don't even make me like her. But if you do something to her that's not right, I'm going to say something because I would be wrong if I didn't. I believe you're not a little person as in, somebody with dwarfism, but I said anybody under 5'5". I'm not fooling with y'all. I'm scared of y'all. Y'all not finna beat me up. Okay? I'm telling you flat out, I am a giant, and I'm not finna be getting caught up, getting beat up by y'all little, short folks. Y'all not finna get me. No. Y'all see Latrice trying to put a trap. She want me to think it's sweet. And then, she gonna get me. No, not gonna get me. But yeah, so the StreamYard is in the chat. Listen, this episode, I'm gonna give it a 7 because it did have a little bit of stuff that was interesting. The scene to me with the derby at the country club with only 7 dishes of food with empty brown boxes with one pair of drawers in it was entertaining. It really was. It was messy and it was entertaining. The back and forth between her and Angela was not all that. I was more interested in honestly the back and forth between Bang Bang and Uncle Charles, because baby Bang Bang didn't back down at all. I was like, okay, Bang Bang, okay, Bang Bang, all right, girl. See, a lot of lawyers are well-dressed criminals, so a lawyer married to a felon isn't a read. Apollo wasn't even Phaedra's first felon by association. That's true. That's true. Am I afraid of clowns? No, but I have a very pronounced fear of saliva. And I'm claustrophobic. Okay. And I don't have a phobia of people who are under 5'5". I just know that y'all folks under 5'5", y'all be sometimes mean and feisty and all of that. So yeah, you win. No matter what's happening, you win. You're gonna be right. If you would talking to me, you right. And I'm gonna defend that too. Amanda K say, other than Simon, how many married men has Porsha ever been with? These people act like she can sleep around with a bunch of married men. It's not right, but I don't see a pattern, because there's not a pattern. It's called she's pretty, she's got a cute shape, and a lot of our sisters are programmed to have an issue with attractive women or women that they feel benefit from desirability politics, if that makes sense. And so naturally there's a negative connotation. So we need you to be a whore, or we need you to be a femme fatale, or we need you to be, a sapphire trope, or we need you to be something negative so that, we can cope. It's not good, but it is what it is. And unfortunately for Portia's not a good person. So for those of us who can see what's going on, we still can't really defend you because you're not a good person. I'm still not going to agree to sit up and claim she just go with everybody's husband, because we haven't seen that. We really haven't seen that. But yeah. I mean, true, it does get old seeing it happen. It's not the first time it has happened. It's not the first time we've seen it. It happens all the time in blogs, like just random pretty black girl, and I guarantee you attacks are coming, and they're going to justify it by calling you everything but a child of God. But in the case of Porsha has done so many dastardly things that has nothing to do with men. And I really can't defend you very well. I'm going to point out when somebody's blatantly lying on you, but I can't defend you very well because you're just not a good person. So there's that. Belize and JB said, yeah, my mom was 4'11" and she was vicious. See? That's what I'm saying. They can't fool me, Belize and JB. My granddaddy was short. Like, I know about short people. I know about short people. And my auntie, the one that's 104, she'll be 105 in September. She's still feisty now. Yeah, I don't mess with y'all. Anybody that listen, you win. Nina GZ said there's a lot of stuff in saliva that's not irrational at all. Thank you. I thought it was just me. Like, you can bleed in front of me and I will be okay. But that saliva, I will jump off a bridge into a dry swimming pool to get away from it. I promise you, I don't do well. Antoinette said, in 11 years, Porsha's been married to 2 men and was with Dennis and a football player. Right. But when they finish with all the storytelling, not only is they going to say she go with 100 different married men, then they're going to lie on her mama and call her mama a hoe when the lady slept with her husband. It's just like, sisters, we don't have to do that. We can call people on their behavior without making up stories based on our own socializations and indoctrinations. Like, we don't have to do this. We don't have to do that. Like, I can give you your props for being pretty and still call you out for being a slime ball. And that's what I'm going to do every time. Oh, thank you, since 58. My auntie pretty too. She's still tough as hell, but she pretty. Yeah. She's blessed. She's still pretty sharp. She forgets things, but when you talk to her, she has a notebook and she writes down what you say so she can remember who visited her and what you told her. And sometimes she repeats what she says to you more than one time because she'll forget that she said it, but she does write stuff down so she can like, oh, okay, yeah, you did tell me that your baby graduated. Okay, got it, you know. But yeah, she's little too, and I don't play with her either. Even at 104, I don't really trust her like that. Shout out to Aunt May. I love you, boo. But yeah, I don't trust her like that. I'm still very careful how I talk to my auntie. I respect the people who are a little short. Yes, she still writes. She does. She sure does. She's very sharp. She forgets things, but her mind is still, you know, for the most part, very, very sharp. And still tough. And most of her nieces and nephews were much bigger than her. And we're all very careful how we talk to and talk around Aunt May. Very careful. Yeah, shut them Deborah Tucker, but it ain't work, girl. Porsha need to get therapy and sit down and stop trying to create a fantasy. And I'm not judging her. We all need help sometimes, but that's what Porsha needs to do. I'm sorry. And that's not a diss or a dig. We all have stuff that we have to work through. All of us. Like, you know, she ain't no different. We ain't no different either. Love my kids. Thank you for the super sticker, sis. My sis been supporting the stream and I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. So ain't nobody gonna hit the stream, y'all. Y'all ain't got nothing to say about this. You mean to tell me y'all sat up here and watched this episode, right? Y'all watch this episode. And if nothing else, y'all ain't got no opinions on the fact that Phaedra was low-key trying to ask about the gossip in the street that Charles had done got married and his wife was on the show. When she said it, my face went slack. I was like, you heard that he got married? Like, yo, he been married to this lady. It's definitely giving the secret wife of Charles Oakley. And y'all ain't got no opinions on this? I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Yvette said, wow, that's really a blessing. Shout out to your auntie. Thank you. I'm going to call Sandra and tell her to go to the 2-hour 59-minute mark so she can see everybody showing love to Aunt May. Amanda K said, writing down stuff is very smart. I'm not planning on my mom getting old, LOL, but we might have to think about that when the time comes. Yeah, because I wouldn't have thought of that either. She came up with that on her own. She came up with that on her own. And Peanut almost got me in trouble when we were visiting last time. And we're not going to talk about that in the chat, but she did. She knows what I mean. Ashley said Porsha need to stop taking out her frustrations on others, but she's not really. She's just not talking. She's just not talking. The person that Porsha is damaging is herself and that baby because she's not being honest with her child. And I hope she don't drag her child into another relationship where she's trying to create fantasies for this kid to get attached to people and then have to go through constant feelings of abandonment. Like, I hope she works through that. I hope she works through that. Thank you, love my kids. I appreciate it. This 2025, we are hard to shock. I was shocked, Tide Spring, because I knew she was, you know, they was catching up on the gossip, and I heard, and this what I heard, and this what's on the street. But I did not expect that. I'm just going to be honest with you. I didn't expect that at all. Antoinette said, I didn't know anything about Charles and a wife. Only heard about him being put out the game. Apparently, that's all a lot of people heard. That's why Phaedra was like, girl, I heard he got married. And it's like, whoa. And Porsha sat up there laughing like, you ain't know that man was married. I thought that was funny. I'm going to be honest. Thank you, Anna Filson. She said, shout out to Aunt May. That's right. This is say, I don't know what to say other than I'm gonna go to Ralph's basement tonight and get George W. Bush Sadora annoyed again. You are so crazy. So crazy. But yeah, child. So that's what happened on the show. That's all we got. Ain't nobody got nothing to say. Tell me what y'all rate this episode in the chat. I gave it a 7. Let me put my 7 in the chat. 1 to 10, what y'all say. And then we gonna get up out of here. Love My Kid says she watching the DVR version now. I think I need to start watching it again on Monday on Peacock because they end up having scenes and stuff that we don't get on Sunday night. So I think I might pop in tomorrow on Peacock to see if I missed anything, if they didn't show us something. Antoinette gave them an 8. Okay, that's generous. Okay, Love My Kids is still watching since 58 is saying a 6. DT giving them a 7.5. Okay, so we in the same neighborhood. Antoinette gave them high marks. I wouldn't quite go that far, but I can get it. Bet says she about to watch them right now. In all honesty, okay. Love My Kids says she's a fan of Angela and Kelly. Okay, she liked 2 of the new girls. I don't like none of them. The old ones either. Don't go by me. Y'all know over here what I always tell you. Don't go by me because I don't like anybody on these shows. And I really feel like that's my secret superpower because I don't like them. I can see all of their mess. Like, I think sometimes when people are stans of one person or another, or they like have super hate for somebody, so they just start liking whoever that person is beefing with, I think it keeps them from being objective and being able to see what's happening and see through people's, manipulations and machinations because they have a fave. And I think my superpower of not liking anybody, I can kind of see everybody's mess. Because, I think when you like people a whole lot, I think that they kind of cling to narratives that reaffirm their bias, the bias that they already have, if that makes sense. And so when I don't think much of any of these ladies, I can just, I'm free to call it right down the middle. I'm free to call it down the middle because I just, I think it's safe to say there's no narrative that's going to make me like any of these women. Like, there's nothing that's going to happen to make me like any of these ladies at all. Anna said, I don't watch the show, so I agree with you when you say give it a 7. You so crazy. Thank you. I'm just keeping it for real. I'm keeping it for real. Like, these are not likable people, and I'm not sure how y'all like stand any of them, but shout out to you. If you're a stan, shout out to you. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, I could never get it. It would never, the whole stan thing could never work for me. Because these are not good people. They're pretty cruddy. Cent 58 says same here. All right, Snoopy Woodstock, welcome. Snoopy says 7. Welcome, Snoopy. Listen, anybody who's here who's new and you didn't put FTL for first time live so we could welcome you, please accept my welcome now. Welcome, Snoopy. And Cent 58. Let me put my welcome in the chat. Y'all spam welcome one more good time before we get up out of here. Welcome to everybody who is new to the live or you never hung out with us before. We're glad to have you. Thank you for participating in the chat. If you did, if you didn't, there's always next time. If you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe so you can come back because I want to see you. Okay, but y'all put welcomes in the chat and I appreciate it. You're super welcome, Snoopy. So make sure y'all subscribe. And since nobody hit that StreamYard, listen, my loves, we have been live. We have been live for 3 hours, 5 minutes, and 48 seconds. So you know what time it is, don't you? Yes, you do. You know what time it is. Out, okay? Hit your notification bell. Make sure you click all so you will know every single time that we go live here on this porch where we talk about everybody's business, okay? Subscribe if you've not subscribed already because we are happy to have you here, okay? And if you want to join channel membership and put that crown by your name, or if you used to be a member and you lost your crown somehow, hit that join button beneath the video or the membership link in the description box. Now, also in that description box, we have the link for our merchandise store so you can get your crown gear and represent for the royal family. All right. And we got the link for our Amazon storefront so you can shop for your home like I shop for mine. And we got the link for my Amazon wish list in case you want to give me more notebooks so I can take notes on these shows, pens, snacks, goodies, whatever, because I appreciate any and all support. And also the link to my book, Little Girl, Big World, which is a survival guide for girls who are leaving home for the first time. Let's make sure every little girl you know has one. Let's keep our girls safe at all costs, okay? Also, I want to say a special thank you to the people who supported the live. I want to say thank you to Nashina M. Love My Kids for 3 different super chats. For all of you who commented on the stream, left a thumbs up, gave me some bubbles, liked this video, shared the video, or even, cackled or kikied in your living room, bedroom, or your respective homes. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you for taking part in this evening's enjoyment. And as always, be positive, be productive, encourage others, and remember to encourage yourselves. And remember, in case nobody else says it to you, honey, God loves you, I love you, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. I'll talk to y'all again soon, okay? Bye.